Hey everybody, it's Mike here, and I'm just popping in to say a few things before we jump into the episode. First off, this episode was actually pre-recorded about a week ago. We recorded this at the end of Camp Xul on the final night after we got back from all the festivities. We were recording in Veronica's room on my phone, so that's why it doesn't really sound as good as any of the other stuff that you typically hear, because I didn't have my nice setup. I didn't have my nice microphone, so we were all just sitting at the table. The phone was there recording, and so that's why it sounds kind of like old episodes of Juggalo Judgment, to be completely honest. So, yeah, if it sounds a little bit, like we're talking into a fishbowl, that's why. So, hopefully that's not too much of a problem for you guys. Second off, and Shmeev mentioned this on the most recent episode of Juggalo Judgment, is we are going to be actually at the gathering in an official capacity. We are going to be part of the Gathering of the Juggalo Podcast's live event, which is on the first day of the gathering. This is still very, very weird to think about. It actually got announced officially on the first day of Camp Xul, which was crazy to me. So I kind of had to not be as excited about that as the event that I was at. But it's definitely something that we're still trying to grasp. We've actually known about this for about a month and a half now, and yeah, it's very weird, and it's very, very cool to think about. But I'm super excited because not only am I going to go to the gathering and meet some of my closest friends I've never met, but I also get to meet a bunch of people who maybe listen to Juggalo Judgment and would like to actually talk with us, or maybe you haven't heard of Juggalo Judgment and you're going to hear us for the first time. It's definitely a big deal for us. It's something I never thought we would actually get to do as Juggalo Judgment. So I'm very excited. The last thing that I want to discuss, and honestly this might be the most important one, as you all know, it is Pride Month, and a couple friends actually worked on a project together that is out now. We've talked countless times about the homie Jiggles, who recently just made a new project for that is available on their Bandcamp. Jiggles actually worked with Shmeev and also Eric from ICP with We to do a cover of Moon Age Daydream by David Bowie, and there is also a B-side, which is the one that features Eric. This is available on Jiggles' Bandcamp. I will have the link in the description of this episode, and we'll probably have it for the other ones this month. But all the proceeds of this single go directly to the Trevor Project, which is a fantastic organization that supports LGBTQ youth. I've donated to them before. I think they're fantastic. And guys, why wouldn't you want to support not only them, but also show some support to some of our cool people that we work with directly on a day-to-day basis? Because they're fucking awesome, and they did this, honestly, just for the hell of it, which is very, very cool. So again, I'm going to have the link in the description of this episode. Please go ahead, purchase the track. You're supporting a good cause, and you're getting some dope music out of it too. So that's all I have to say. So without further ado,
mic check. Guys, I'm recording this early because Camp Xul has just ended. And I was really thinking about how I wanted to do this, and I thought, what better way than to speak with my now closest friends, so fuck you, Shmeev, the group of friends that I've had this entire weekend who have just endured this long haul. I have with me, from our Discord, Blade, Vron, and TwiztidHistory.
Hello. No one else said hi.
No one said hi.
Nobody
I didn't know
said
we were
hi.
supposed to.
It's okay.
You get introduced, you say hello.
Yeah, I introduced. So, the premise of this is, we just wanted to give our experience, talk about our experiences from Camp Xul, say who we liked, and talk about how many bad choices we made at the merchandise booths and things like that. And yeah, it's going to be pretty free form. But I just want to preface this by saying I had probably the best weekend, at the very least of recent memory, but I'm willing to say of all time. So I think with that said, I think we can just kind of jump into it. So I know that myself and Robbie got in on Thursday.
Thursday
so
night.
we had a day zero kind of shindig, chilling in the parking lot, getting bit the fuck up by some bugs.
Yeah, we showed up and we were there for a good,
We were there
10 to 15 minutes before we left?
I feel like we were there for probably like almost a half hour, just talking to whipping them.
We saw Whipstick from Super Famous Funtime Guys and some friends of his, and Mr. Eight Legs was there for a minute, talked to them for a second, and then we just kind of...
We went back to the hotel because we were so tired of getting bit, got bug spray, and apparently in this like 20 minutes that we were gone, that's when like the day zero picture happened, so we're not in that, which is a bummer, but we came back and we were chatting to some people. We actually met these two fine people, Michael and Stacy, who we basically interacted with like on and off the entire weekend. They were super cool. But day zero just kind of came and went. I fucking hated that goddamn drive, and I can't wait to do it again tomorrow as of recording. But day zero, fuck day zero. That's not Camp Xul. Camp Xul started at day one, and that is when all the festivities truly began, and that is when my bank account started to hate me. But fuck that. Let's talk about some of the performances. What do we have that really went down?
Well, for some color, me and Mike got to the grounds before it started.
Yeah.
In order to just because we woke up at probably 9 a.m. and the event didn't start till after 4, and we were antsy.
Oh,
and
so bad just waiting in the fucking hotel room.
We just sat in our hotel room and waited to be able to leave, basically, and got very antsy is the best word for it.
Yeah.
Eventually started meeting some people out in the hotel parking lot, and they said they'd let us know that about 2 it was going to open, so we just headed over. Got straight to the merch line immediately, the Emporium of Evil. Get the Long Live Evil merch.
And it was closed at first. I don't think it was even open yet.
No, it was closed for at least the first half hour, 40 minutes we were there.
But it took us a good like hour and a half before we got in there because they were only doing groups of 5. So apparently there were some like limited like one-off masks that a lot of people wanted, and by the end of the first group, they were all gone, which was a bummer. Well, not all of them.
A good number.
Not all. One of them was still chilling there.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
But after the merch, we went and saw some shows. So, dude, should I run down this, or should we like talk about each person as I say their name?
I think we can.
Each person?
Yeah, I think so.
Do that.
So,
but
first,
real quick, you guys did not show up yet.
No, these fools were late as shit.
So,
yeah, y'all fucking.
Blade showed up at like 5 p.m. All said, I got there, like 5, all said and done. So I didn't. First day, I think I saw maybe 2 or 3 sets only.
Yeah.
So I have nothing to say on day one.
You got there super late. Ron, you weren't there.
Yeah, in true typical form, Veron was fucking late again due to hanging out with my mom's new puppy and shitty traffic. I think I got in around 7, so I literally saw ABK and spent a hot chunk at the merch. And that's all I did on day one, but I'm not complaining because that was pretty fucking awesome in its own right, so.
I totally forgot ABK was even
We'll
there.
We'll get there.
Way ahead of
I
ourselves.
saw him,
So,
so that's like, that's
we'll
bad.
get there.
We'll get there. So 4 o'clock, Keegan Grimm hit the stage. I was looking forward to seeing Keegan because I've been listening to him for a few months now, and I think he's underrated and very, very good. So I was excited to see him. Didn't quite know what to expect, but knew a lot of the songs and was excited to see them. And I think he fully delivered. He was the very first person who played. The room was not full by any stretch, and he pretty much tore it down. And
he
set
definitely had
set the
set the vibe. He had a lot of energy on stage. Definitely, we did stop at his merch. Fucking CD and shirt for $10. which was insane.
Yeah, we went to get his Guttermouth EP, and they just handed us a T-shirt because he prints T-shirts.
Yeah, so he's got a surplus and he can do that. So yeah. Oh, also I just want to say this because we said it was like it would come up later, but I did buy a mask whenever we did our waiting. There was a Halloween mask that was only a half mask. It didn't have the bottom half, and it was the coolest fucking thing ever. And yeah, your boy snatched that shit up and got recognized a lot and got so many fucking compliments on that. And I also brought 4 masks to sell the whole time, and I did, and I was so happy, and it made my bad decisions a little bit easier to deal with. Let's move on.
All right, so after King Grim and masks, we had Dean, 4:30 o'clock.
Ooh,
This was one of the ones I was looking forward to the most.
Agreed, because I know that you've talked about Dean a bunch.
Big fan.
And I tried listening to a little bit on streaming beforehand, but I wanted to go in a lot of these, without any, like, kind of preconceived opinions or whatever. So I was excited to hear about what he could do, and he was fucking amazing. He had some good energy, and it was what his wife was
Yes.
up there too, doing
Lolly
background
Robin.
vocals. Yeah, she was doing some background vocals, and also did. It seems like I think it was her song featuring him.
I mean,
I think that was
it's
the
on
premise.
his album, but
Oh, it is?
But she does a lot of the stuff on there.
Okay, and she was fucking fantastic. Apparently, she has an EP that's going to be coming out, I think, in the fall. They said. So I did grab a couple of Dean's albums. I was incredibly impressed, and he seemed like a very nice person too.
Yeah, we've seen him all weekend. He was hanging out, getting in the pit for people,
And something that also
supporting.
should be said is while a lot of these artists were performing, like Whipstick was in the crowd for a lot of them, and so it was just very cool to see that like some of the people who are like the head people were actually there and like excited to see the people that were supporting them in a weird way.
I mean, like Lee Carver would come in the pit and push somebody and then run off and laugh, and Dean was in there all the time.
Yep.
Cody Manson, like a bunch of the artists who were there to perform were also there just as people that were having a great time and like this music a lot. So it was
For real.
really full to see.
It was definitely like some very like close camaraderie, which was very, very cool to experience. But yeah, Dean I thought was great. So a lot of these people, if I say like, hey, check this stuff out, like you could say fuck me or whatever, but I'm just saying I had a great time watching a lot of these artists. So
And you can say fuck Mike. I'm fine with that. Do it at your leisure. But don't say fuck me and go listen to those people because they're good. After Dean, we had Nasty Ink, which was a very high energy, very good set. Stray from Sky Swamp Orange came out with him. I think he had a couple other guests. And yeah, Nasty Ink is great. And it was like a real party starter of a set. Like King Grim like got people going, like rapped really well and people sang along and enjoyed themselves. Dean had a lot of theatrics and like props and theming and stuff like that. And then Nasty Ink was like party set and people were there ready for it. So that was a real turn up vibe. And I think had one of the first pits of the night.
probably. I was not inside the venue for that. I was a little off to the side. I did miss a bit of it. I don't know why. I think I might have gotten food. But what I heard was definitely like energetic. But I was a bit like, whenever we went to like, I think it was whenever we were getting Keegan's merch, I was like, oh, well, I wonder if, like what I would get from this guy. But he had like 6 albums, and I'm like, I can't tell where I would even start. So unfortunately, I didn't support and purchase there. I would probably do so in the future, but not saying that the set was bad. It's just I was like, I think I was focused on food at the time.
Overall, you giving it the maybe fuck Mike thumbs up?
That might be the maybe fuck me. Just, but yeah.
I'm giving it the don't fuck me, check it out. After Nasty Ink was Zitro, or Zetro. I've heard people say it differently. I don't know which one it is. But I know he does a fun thing where he covers his mouth up most of the way and goes, hee hee hee.
That was okay. That was
very silly to watch.
It was. So I missed the first like 2 or 3 tracks of his set. I know for a fact. But I came in and was listening because Veronica, you've said before that you fuck with Zetro heavy.
I've seen him before. Actually, I saw him at the Three Rings show last year at Psychopathic Records, and that song sticks out so much. It's that weird carnival laugh.
I don't need no guns.
It's so catchy, and the fact that he follows it up with "I don't need no guns," like it just sticks with you. I enjoyed it. I'm sad that I missed all these artists and these sets. That would have been fun to see here at Camp Xul, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did, and as soon as his set was done, I went up and I copped all his fucking CDs because I liked it. I thought he had Rob. You said that Robbie. Oh, I'm sorry. This isn't what is it, Juggalo Rob?
Yeah.
This is Twizzle Hizzle Rob. Robbie.
Rob Bass.
Rob Bass.
Tonight with this fucking voice.
So, I know that you said, not necessarily like, oh, fuck this guy or whatever, but like you...
No, I would never say fuck anybody, except fuck Mike sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
But, no, I think I support all artists making music, and I think you should keep at it.
But the reason why I was interested was I know that Veronica said, like, the energy.
His energy. That man has some presence, and that was very I don't know how many times or if he's ever opened up for ICP before, but that would have to be like.
Well, he was the newest artist signed to Psychopathic. Remember? That's what they said on Instagram or whatever.
It was in the booklet to
Yum Yum Bedlam.
Yeah, and if we had $1 for every time something was put in a booklet and didn't come out, I mean, Camp Xul would have been paid for. But yeah, no, I mean, for somebody walking into something like that where you know that it's such dare I say, an iconic event, the last show is Psychopathic, and you're playing, bouncing around with all of the people on the label, and you're the opener, he didn't seem like he was nervous or shouldn't be there. Yeah. The energy.
He was laughing when I saw him. He was
that sticks out. I love that song.
I can't wait to listen to that song on repeat.
Yeah,
on the way home.
Well, on our way to Waffle House, we're just gonna put that on repeat the entire way
let's
there.
Do it.
Just yes, but yeah, I'm pretty sad and bummed that I didn't get to see him this weekend. So I'm glad. Like I said, I'm glad you guys enjoyed him.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
After that, I don't remember any times we did shit that's not the shows. Mm-hmm. So I'll just say for the audience.
That's fine.
Imagine we walk to the car and drink a bottle of water.
Yeah, that happened a lot. It would and literally anytime we decided because it wasn't immediate set. There was a 5-10 minute delay between
at least
them
10-15 minutes between most people.
So
and the parking lot was very close.
So yeah, depending on who it was. So sometimes we were running back to the car because you couldn't have outside drinks. So I had brought a fucking case of water with me. We go back, and nearly every time we went back, Mike and Stacy were at their car too.
Yeah, people we had met earlier. I don't remember from day zero. We discussed them. They were parked next to us almost every time. Became our new best friends.
Yeah, they were great. So lots of.
The fuck are we then?
Old best friends. Washed up.
You
best friends.
You were
old
friends.
News
Yesterday's
friends.
old friends.
You were Discord friends.
Yeah, these people we're never going to see again.
We met them at day 0. You're not special enough.
These are day 0 friends.
Yeah,
sorry, late.
You're the day 1. They're the day 0.
Oh, okay.
I'm the day halfway.
We're saying
day 1.
Like in a similar way that Mike's talking about these artists. We knew we liked you guys. I came in with an open mind to Mike and Stacy, and I ended up liking what I saw. And I think I would love to see more in the future.
All right.
But
if you're listening to this, please
I'm giving the don't fuck me.
Well, we know that
Check it out.
We know that Mike won't. He doesn't have social media.
Right. They said they both don't. So
they both don't.
Maybe
they're never going to hear.
You'll see them at the gathering.
I'll see them at the gathering.
Yeah.
They'll be there.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
Mike and Stacy, shout out to you.
All right. What do we got
Thanks for
next?
listening.
What do we got next?
Tip of the hat.
Your boy Zetro.
Who was that? Oh, after that was the Michigan Misfits, and they came out in a really cool way. They had set up I think it was probably just a regular banner, but it was cut in the middle, and it looked like a brick wall with curtains, and they put a trash can on either side of it and walked out
straight up like ECW style.
Yeah, like a wrestling tag team. And they had sunglasses that said Michigan Misfits on them, and they really tore it up. They were the first act of 2, I think, this week that got me high, because they just lit up joints on stage and started passing them around. So I definitely thought about it twice and then decided, yes, I'm going to hit that COVID joint. So RIP next week. But yeah, I thought they were super good. I really like those guys, and they did not disappoint. Check out, I'm going to say, either the album 1134 or whatever. The Not Fuck Robbie recommendation says that those are the ones.
I will say that I was at the car for a portion of that. I can't remember why. I might have been like messing with putting merch away or something, but I did miss a significant portion of their set. Like I came back whenever I think it was like the last 2 songs, and I think I may have gotten in the picture that they did, but perfect. I know that I did. I bought the album whatever ahead of time, and I did listen to it, and for some reason I think it just kind of like slipped through my mind. But again, the actual stage presence, the energy for that is definitely something that would bring a lot of people in. I can already tell. So like they seem to have the crowd in the palm of their fucking hands.
And just to give the maybe fuck Mike recommendation, the first night, day 0, when we were at the parking lot, people were playing music over their loudspeakers in their cars. And they put on whatever, the title track, and Mike said, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "It's Michigan Misfits." This is great. So
and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I have this."
He owns the album, hasn't listened to it.
I did listen to it.
Oh,
I did listen to it.
Okay.
I did listen to it, and I forgot my opinion of it because I was just listening to my Camp Xul playlist, my 987 song playlist for the last 3 fucking weeks.
I will say this about the entire thing: is there is probably, I haven't counted, I'm gonna guess 20 plus artists on this, maybe closer to 30, and they were all rad. And so leading up to it and trying to listen to stuff and get prepared, stuff does get lost in the shuffle, but it's stuff that I'm going to continue to be catching up on
right
weeks and weeks in advance, or in post-advance
from here on now. Yeah.
So this is where I came into Camp Xul. I came in during Michigan Misfits, and I heard the 2 songs while I waited at the Emporium, so
You could hear from over there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if they were speakers
Blade
going
Brown
that far.
says check it out.
Yeah, Blade says check it out? Alright.
Yeah. There you go.
That's
what do we got
I'm
next?
Get.
Yeah, the Blade is the least fuck you, I think. The Mike, he said it himself, you know, whatever he thinks.
Yeah, you don't have to listen to me.
Don't fuck me, because that's rude. And Blade, I think, is going to be the hardest fuck.
Yeah.
To
if I'm
get.
telling you to listen to something, you probably should, because I'm a hater.
Blade is an asshole. Yeah. Straight up says mean stuff about stuff I like all the time. And it makes me sad, but I never say it out loud.
There was a joke I wanted to make during the whole Zetro thing.
What was it? Well, you don't have to.
Yeah. We're trying to get a deal here. We can't really say it.
Yeah.
Anyways, what do we got next?
After Michigan Misfits was Cody Manson, who had been promoting the fact that he had some special stuff planned. And I ran into a friend of myself. I don't host this show, so I can't speak for it. But a friend of myself, Luke the Goon, and told me, you're going to want to be up front for this one. So he pulled me up to the front with him, and it was pretty fucking cool. Cody came out. Well, no, Cody didn't come out. They played audio of, old Charles Manson documentaries mixed with, I think, maybe televangelist stuff a little bit. And they had a bunch of people come out in masks and robes. One of them had a Cody Manson voodoo doll kind of thing with a cross on it, and they brought out a body bag. People carried a body bag out and put it on the stage and unzipped it, and he kind of popped out with a crown of thorns and blood on him and started the set. And as far as a thing that I think can't be stated enough is how I think Xul inspires a lot of these artists to add a little extra level of theatricality to their show for this event, and it paid off every single time someone did something like that. It really brought a lot of energy to it. So yeah, thumbs up, Cody Manson, loved it.
You're saying all this, and that is checking so many boxes for me.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm a hater. I'm gonna repeat this again.
Sure. Yeah.
I saw him walking around. I was like, I'm never gonna listen to that shit. And then you just said this, and I'm like, I'm gonna check him out.
This was honestly, and this was the thing for me. I think I've stated this before. I know I've said it in confidence with our friends here, but I sometimes struggle with some lyrical content and even some of the iconography that some of the artists do because of my Catholic background. So seeing this gentleman up on stage wearing a crown of thorns is definitely something that didn't quite sit well with me. It took about midway through the set for me to be like, okay, I can listen to the music. So I did pick up, what was the most recent album?
Psychoactive, I think is what you got.
Yeah.
That's the only LP so far that's... By the time you hear this, he should have a new album called E=MC Skelter that he played a bunch of stuff from during the show, and it was all very, very good. But yeah, Mike bought Psychoactive. It was the only one of this LP he has so far.
Yeah, actually, one of the songs that you had us listen to on one of the Patreon episodes was from that.
The title track.
And I did enjoy that. I do remember enjoying that. So, yeah, it was one of those things where I need to start, like...
Listening to me?
Nah, not so much. Just some of the issues that I have to deal with of, like, what I grew up on and stuff, of just, like, you know what, I should just, like, separate my, like, background with the music, because I can't control if my brain likes the things that I'm hearing, even if it's not, like, the best in a weird way, or what I'm, like, used to.
Do you mind delving into that at all? Like, do you mind if we talk about it?
It's really just, like I said, I grew up Catholic, and so, like, not that I'm the best Catholic in the world, I haven't necessarily practiced my Catholicism, like, very heavy. I don't know if I'm really religious these days, more so spiritual, and that's a whole other can of worms. But, like, I know that I've had issues in the past of, like, some of the Juggalo music, like, whenever there's been, like, Lotus or anything that's just, like, questioning of God and whatnot, and there's been times where early on when I was listening to Alazulu, shortly after they got signed to Magic Ninja, hearing the stuff of being, like, you know, church and all this and whatnot, it definitely makes me, like, almost, like, second guess, like, should I be listening to this music?
So my question there is it, just for my own understanding, is it more of a thing that you feel guilty for liking it or feel offended by it?
It's not so much offense, it is, like, a bit of guilt.
Like, you feel like you're going against the things that you...
Kind of. Like, I think I have to, like, tell myself that, like, I don't believe in, like... I don't subscribe to the Church of Xul. Like, that is not my religion. I'm not... Like how there's people who fully believe in the Dark Carnival. Like, that is what they hold on to incredibly dearly, and if that's you, that is totally fine. If that's what helps you get through life, that is okay. But I just need to have, like, a lot of self-reflection of, I am a Catholic, I believe in a lot of Catholic things, not everything, but listening to this music can sound, for lack of better terms, because they use it, blasphemous.
It is very blasphemous, I will say. That's, like, an accurate description.
And that is something that I struggle with at times. So it's not to me saying that, like, oh, they shouldn't be making this music. They make the music, okay.
And for the record, you also don't listen, or not listen, rather, but watch or enjoy any, like, horror content really outside of this music. So this kind of imagery and stuff that is more familiar to some of us that like horror movies and stuff.
It is not my bread and butter.
Yeah,
so that is definitely something that, you know, it's a thing. Am I going to stop listening to this music? Probably not. Like, unless there is something that is so over the top that I'm like, no, for me this is unforgivable. I can't do it. But yeah, that's just something that, like, seeing Cody Manson come out wearing a crown of thorns, that's a little bit much for me. But I mean, that was honestly, as far as, like, the theatrics throughout the whole weekend, that might have been, like, the, for lack of a better term, worst.
The one that got you the most.
That might have been it. So, and if that was day one, like, well, could only go, like, be a little more chill from there.
And I'll say, exact opposite of Mike. It was just enough for me.
Could have done with more.
Really enjoyed it. I thought it was very cool. And I will also say Cody was the first person in something that didn't become like a tradition or a regular thing, but it was a little added thing some people did, where his last song, he jumped in and started moshing with the crowd.
Oh yeah, he jumped on.
He jumped in and he did that at first.
He didn't mosh.
He jumped in at the last song and started. Yeah, the second to last song, I think, or one of the two, he jumped out, and then
I just like did a stage dive.
Luke the Goon, friend of mine, I can't speak for the show, but a friend of mine personally nudged someone and started a big pit, and then Cody jumped in. That was a lot of fun. So
Luke was super cool.
Luke,
like, the entire time. I never met. If anybody doesn't know, Luke the Goon. Honestly, one of the easiest ways to see him was when on the
LukeTheGoon.com.
Yeah, that. But he does the 5-piece episodes occasionally. So actually, the first time I ever chatted with him was whenever I was on the 5-piece for the top 5 posse cuts. But I got to meet him for the first time this weekend. He was super fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, I've done a lot of podcasts and videos and stuff with him in the past. Even a review of Cody Manson's Psychoactive album, which you can go watch. My hair change in the middle of that video because we had to record it twice right now. But yeah, he was great all weekend. Right. It's just as a friend, not as a performer. And then after Cody Manson, we kept it LSP centric.
Yep.
In that Triple MFD, Make My Motherfucking Day, Scum, and Insane Poetry followed Cody Manson. And they honestly tore it up. One of my top sets, maybe of the week.
Yeah.
Their energy was off the fucking rails. Like, Scum and Insane Poetry both are very, very energetic performers. They brought up Donnie Menace to do a song from the upcoming Insane Poetry album, Violent Art. And that was fantastic. They brought Cody Manson up to do a song from Scum's most recent album.
Is that the album, The Old?
No, it's the newest. It's the World End, the Dying World Chronicles, I believe they're called. And the third album is called Black Souls or something. I'm fucking this up and I apologize, but I have not slept much in days. So I still say check it out, but I can't say the name correctly. So fuck me. This time, fuck me. The rest of the time, don't.
I will say I've seen Triple MFD one time before, and I think it was Fright Fest 2018. But the problem was I could barely remember anything from it. I know that I didn't buy anything from them during that show, so maybe that time that wasn't really on my radar. When I was watching this set, I was fucking like glued to everything. I've heard nothing but good things about Scum as a person, which is really cool because I know that like I think I tried to listen to a few of his like solo songs in the past, and it wasn't quite for me at the time. But honestly, Insane Poetry was like, holy shit, man! This guy is so like into it, and I feel like just a quick glance at him, I wouldn't expect him to be doing this kind of music or to be like so like he had an energy on stage that was like incredibly surprising to me. But him and Scum just like they seemed so in tune that like it was impossible to just stand still. Like as soon as their set was done, I grabbed every Triple MFD album there.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I can't wait to fucking listen to this stuff. What was the song that I was a huge fan of?
Body in the Trunk?
Body in the Trunk was so goddamn good. So fucking good. But I bought that. I also did buy a recent Scum album as well, so.
Out with the old.
Yeah, that was a 2-disc.
Yeah.
Fucking.
One disc of
solos
songs,
and those collaborations.
Yeah, which is very, very good.
Yeah, I can't wait to really like dive into more. I was bummed they didn't have any Insane Poetry solo stuff because I would have definitely bought one of them. So I'll check it out in the future. But like, for having never listened to LSP before, like I have a Class album. His most recent one, like those EPs that were bundled in one, and that was good. But like LSP's never been on my radar, and now I feel like I really have to like actually pay attention because it was fucking impressive.
They were really, really good. And Scum did the same thing where he jumped in the crowd and was moshing with people.
Yep.
And yeah, by the time you hear this, Insane Poetry's album will at least be out for pre-order, if not out. So
sounds right.
Go check that out. Gorehop.com. Violent Art.
Right.
So Triple MFD, Dean, and Cody Manson were actually at Camp Xul, the first one. I'm sad that I missed all of these sets, but last year everybody was incredible.
You're the only one of us that was there last year, so we should state that.
We should.
Oh God, yeah. Roll out the red carpet. Oh my God. But yeah, Triple MFD. I love that group so much. I want to jump on everything that you guys just said. They are fucking awesome live, and I think they're slept on. I honestly
really
think, that group.
Insane Poetry, I wanted to always shout it from the rooftops, is slept on like crazy. He's been doing horrorcore since as long as Esham or anyone else has, and does not get the credit for it, and is like a first generation, like wicked shit, horrorcore, whatever you want to call it, artist, and continues to be fantastic every time he touches a microphone. So like if you're sleeping on Insane Poetry, you're fucking up.
Yeah, they had a lot of his older stuff actually last year for sale at camp, and I ended up picking up some stuff and just I listened to his albums nonstop for weeks after camp just because he blew me away that night. So, yes. Go listen to Insane Poetry, go listen to Triple MFD.
On the scale of fuck us, Veronica, where are you putting yourself? Blade is number 1 fuck.
So if Blade's a hard fuck, I guess I'm an easy fuck.
Okay.
And I'd like to state that that's across the board for a lot of things.
I will say I am a very generous and supportive fuck. I don't know if that.
Am I a hard fuck? As in, like, it's hard to give me, or like?
Yeah. You're.
Oh, then I have to be the hardest.
Yeah, I'm not around.
We are. You said maybe fuck.
No, that was only for.
I don't think you're harder than Blade.
Only one way to find out.
All right.
I'm harder than everybody at this table right now. Just so you know.
After Scum and Insane Poetry was a decent wait.
I've been very quiet this whole time because I didn't see these guys. So
Yeah. We'll get there.
So
we have 2 more days.
So here's the thing: we did say that like most of these sets, there was typically like a 5 to 10, maybe 15-minute wait in between, but like it never seemed too long. This took too fucking long. It was just over a half hour. Just over a half hour for the Native Warrior.
ABK? Anybody kill? He's put on here as anybody kill. Does he even go by that anymore?
Any booty filler.
ABK? ABF?
He had a respectable set. That I will say this. I was super excited to see ABK because I've only ever seen him one time before when he toured with Twisted. I think in 2014. Sounds about right. 2013 or 2014. And I will say, I don't know if his set might have been shorter because of the delay or if it just was naturally short. But it also seemed like I expected more of his psychopathic hits. And I'm not saying that he didn't play some of them, but a lot of it was his native world stuff. That said, I never want to hear Charlie Brown ever a fucking again. That should not have been on Dirty History in the first place, and it should not be on any goddamn live show that ABK does. I'm just going to say that, and I don't fucking care.
You know, like that one footage when he's doing it at the Gathering and Violent J comes on, kind of does a swishy dance.
Oh, on the Roadfuls DVD?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
No, that's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with that.
Why are you
I'm
giving...
sitting here like...
Blade is giving the... There's that meme picture of like the girl with her hand up, like what? And like, what the fuck is this for?
You said he didn't play enough of his like psychopathic hits or anything, but he played all 3 of his good
Shut
songs.
the fuck up, you asshole.
You
asshole.
I heard everything I needed.
No,
like,
shut the
it
fuck
was
up.
Amazing. I never expected that.
No, fuck you. Fuck you. I will say too, like, I was very bummed that like Hey Y'all started, 1 verse, 1 hook, that's it. Like, We'll get into more of this later, but I do get very frustrated, and it's very common with like the Juggalo artists is you almost never hear full songs from the artist. It's a lot of one verse, 1 hook, or 2 verses and a hook, or whatever like that, and then it moves on to the next thing. It keeps the energy constantly moving. But sometimes I want to hear the full fucking song because it's a good song. Like, Hey Y'all is probably ABK's biggest song. Like, it's one of the best videos that he's got. But, like, from Dirty History, it was the only single. So, like, I feel like Charlie Brown was longer just because it's slower.
It is longer.
But
because you hate it,
I
that's why.
hate it so fucking much.
Say...
He did play some good stuff from the first album,
Hatchet Warrior.
Hatchet Warrior, thank you. But a lot of the stuff that he played, I didn't recognize as much because it was a lot of his native world stuff. Also, fuck the fact that he had at his merch booth every fucking CD imaginable listed, but didn't have any of them. Literally, 3 of the 5 CDs I wanted, they did not have. But shout out to him for having Drive-Bys Back on the Block, which regularly goes for like $70+
Yeah, it's on
online.
eBay and Discogs for $70 right now.
And it was $15. You're welcome, Robbie.
Yeah, Mike bought me that. I appreciate it. And I want to say that this ABK set was a pretty definitive moment of the festival for me, for reasons that have literally nothing to do with ABK. In that I went to the bar during his show. That's not meant as a sneak diss. I just was looking for a beer, and I noticed Tom Martino, who makes all the Forever Faces, in the doorway, like losing his mind. And I walked through, and Dean was in the crowd losing his mind, and I was like, it really was kind of an awakening moment about what all of this is to me in a way, and that these are all the people that were Juggalos 10, 15, 20 years ago, and like grew up and made their own creative stuff with that influence, but also other life influences, and they're their own people, their own thing. They're not like Juggalo artists, creators, whatever. But like, it was really like, oh, we all come from the same origin story a little bit, and like mutated in weird ways outside of that. And that was a really cool thing to see, because it was the first person who was like one of the classic core like Juggalo artists that played all weekend, and it was really like, oh, we all love Gang Related. We all want to get in the fucking pit and sing along to Gang Related. It's these people have just like done something with it in the years since. So I that was a really cool moment for me.
Also, something that else should be stated that happened during the show was one of his people up on stage, who was throwing vials out into the crowd. Went to hand me one, since I was right up front for
Not
ABK.
vials, for the record. They're the kind of tubes that
tubes,
pre-rolled
I'm sorry.
joints come in.
Vial sounds more sinister.
That sounds like liquid.
It's
Vials
awesome.
have liquid.
Well, I'm sorry. With what, two or three?
I think two. I think two pre-rolls.
Pre-rolled joints. And the gentleman tried handing me one, and I didn't realize what it was until I saw. And so he's holding it in front of my face for about 5 seconds, and I gave like the no, like cut to the neck, like no, please don't.
He doesn't mean like a nice like swishy hand to the neck. He means a thumb across.
Yes, like I will kill you. I will kill you if you hand me this.
Die. Yeah.
Yeah, just the Undertaker. My eyes roll back too. Everything like that. So yeah, they
threw the X's up and said, "Beat it, Mister."
Pretty much. And he was just like throwing them into the crowd. A lot of them, like, they had a bunch of them. Normally you'd see that and be like, oh, maybe like 2 people are gonna get these. No, they had
a lot.
There was at least like 10 of them that he threw into the fucking
ABK
crowd.
And also Cody Manson, weirdly, both also were selling like liquid THC syrups and stuff like that. So I think ABK at least is definitely working with like a grower and someone who makes dispensary goods. And so yeah, he had a lot of joints, and I been smoking weed all week because he gave me a lot of it in that moment. So that's the other way that the ABK set was a big deal for my entire week.
So did anybody else have anything
The
to say?
rest of us are children of God. None of us participated in any illegal smoking activities.
No.
For the record.
I mean, that is literally true. So for the record, I am the only person on this podcast right now who smoked any weed all week. Facts.
Yeah, we're children of God. You're not.
Oh,
no, they've got their own reasons. I'm a cool guy.
Why.
I want people to know I'm a cool guy, which is why I do drugs.
Yeah, I'm a square. So that was the end of the sets for day one. However, that was not the end of the festivities. What did you fucking dorks do?
All right,
the 3 of us,
Yeah, the 3 of us went into the trail, which was
So Terrortown, for people that don't know or are not super familiar with Camp Xul, it's a haunted attraction. It's a place that's not open just for this. It opened in October and whatnot for, they'll do like a guided trail with scare actors and haunted house kind of stuff. And that's its main yearly like income as a place. So for one night, they open it up as like a special event. Carry on. I just wanted to get back.
Yeah, no, good call, good interjection, because I'm not going to give people that backstory. So we did the trail, and like they advertise it, you know, like the trail with Awazawililu, and I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. Like, I love haunted stuff. I'm a haunt guy.
Big haunt guy here too.
Big haunt guy. So we went out there, and like we're doing the trail, and like the first thing that's said to us is like, I hope you're not afraid of ticks. So I'm terrified of ticks.
Sure.
So I didn't.
Nervous ticks.
Yeah, I got real nervous. Yeah, people's like skin stuff scares me.
Yeah, get it out of here.
Yeah, I don't want to go through it. Stop doing it. No. And then
Don's fucking cracking up and she's trying so hard not to.
It's better for the podcast to let it out.
You see those fucking levels?
God.
That's my stupid ass laugh right there. So you do it.
Anyway,
so we did the trail, and like I had this moment 2 times during camp where tonight I was like, oh man, like, because it was advertised with Xul, I was like, I wonder where they're at. Like, are they gonna walk with people later? Like, or did they do it themselves? And like, a minute after I thought that, we got to the church and the end of the trail.
Yeah. So you see, when you walk in, there's the line, and you see basically like an ominous church just outside the fence. That's got torches on either side, kind of flickering in the moonlight, and a big upside down cross on the front. And that is, it looks like the beginning, but it's actually the end of the trail. But I thought it was just a prop, or I didn't know what was going on.
Bamboozled.
When we got there. Yeah.
Bamboozled.
I was part of the first group because I'm a loser and I really like haunt stuff, so I got there early as I could and just.
Hey, you fucking left like during ABK
Yes, I
set,
did.
you bitch.
Uh-huh.
I don't honestly, with how long we waited in the third group, maybe. I don't think that was a bad call because it was they gave people their time for sure.
Yes, we didn't see anybody from either group, which is like a very big thing for scare stuff. I'm sure you know.
Yeah, totally.
It ruins the
They're right
experience
behind
if there's
you.
Groups around you,
or right ahead of you, and you hear the screams or whatever, and know it's coming.
I gotta say, like, it was a really nice trail. The haunt was very good, and if I lived less than 5 hours away, I'd definitely come back to this season when they're open.
Absolutely.
So you move a half hour closer, and you'll be here.
So we're gonna move in together.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We're set.
All 4 of us.
All 4 of us?
We're moving to Terror Town.
Yeah.
That's actually the big announcement.
And
big
living as
spoil.
scare actors.
Yes, exactly.
On property scare actors.
Living with the ticks.
So
You're joking, but I'd love to do that. If you're listening to
fun.
Terror Town and you'll pay me to live here and do it full time, I'll do it.
I wouldn't be
you
opposed.
probably have to dye your hair a different color though.
It's pink. It's scary enough. It's conservative. It's really scary.
So you get to the end of the trail, and what happens?
Robbie's a way better storyteller. I'm gonna pass that to him because you've been interjecting with like really good details and attention to things. And I'm like, I'm just gonna fuck it up.
The haunt actually, I was expecting more from the haunt. Is what we were talking about.
I think what we determined was that it is
it's off season.
Off season. It's June,
So
they don't have all their cast. So there was like basically we were walking through a wooded area, or not even wooded, a fielded area, tall grassed area,
muddy fielded area.
Yeah, and there was
Did you step in any puddles, by the way?
All of them.
No bad ones.
Okay.
No, you said you did.
I got a couple bad
ones.
Yeah. Yep.
But so there was basically like every, not 20, 30 feet, more than that, but like every 2 minutes of walking, you would see a little shack with a scene. And Robbie here from Portland, Oregon, which is not as haunty of a place as the Midwest or Ohio as far as haunts go. It's a little more extreme, a little bit more of a thing they pride themselves on. So I was excited about that, but a little nervous as well because I was like, damn, this might be extreme and really get me spooked. And it kind of didn't. Like there was a thing that I volunteered for and did a little zapper gun, and it was cool, but in like a this is fun way. I was never jump scared or anything like that. But once you got to the end of it, you see the church in the distance and you're walking towards it now, and they lead you in one by one. Anyone jump into if you want.
We knew what was coming. We started giggling and clapping like
this is gonna
stupid
be the guys.
children. Like, oh, it's AXC. Once we realized that they weren't going to be running around in the fields like screaming in our faces. Once that was like figured out and we started getting closer to the church, I was like, oh shit, they've probably got something crazy and wild going on in there. And we were right.
They fully did.
Yes.
Yeah, so we walk in the church, and I think the first person we saw was Bill.
We were greeted by Bill,
who said greetings or whatever,
Yep.
and sat us in the pews of the church, in the rows, and then
I like the ambiance. Don't do it.
No.
we noticed pretty quickly that then Lee was at the preacher stand. What do you call that?
The pulpit.
Pulpit. There you go. And
I was an altar boy,
and that was
Are you
Joe.
okay?
Joe Black was an altar boy. He had his smoke bell thing or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Smoke bell?
I don't know. The
it's
ball.
incense
swinging.
burner.
It's a swinging
The
ball.
incense.
It's incense.
Yeah. Joe had that.
I was an altar boy.
Lee was in the pulpit preaching, and Billy was walking by, and so we walked to the pews and sit down. And I noticed immediately it was wet.
It's dripping.
And I was like,
from
oh,
the
there's
ceiling.
water.
When we were in there, the first group, they had like the fucking sprinklers on. In
Yeah,
the
They
it was
did,
still
so that's
on.
what I
so they were
noticed.
still
Yeah.
on? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, it's wet. Like,
Cool.
they're doing water as like a make you
Theatric.
uncomfortable feature kind of thing. And then looked down at my shoes. I was wearing Converse with a lot of white portions and noticed, oh, they're red. They're just spraying blood on us.
It was red colored.
It was
Yeah.
red.
Oh,
Yep.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it was the fake blood was drowning down on you, or raining down on you rather.
I realized we had different shades of red on us when we walked out, and that's when I realized that it was like diluted
That's
red
so
blood.
cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Sorry for the silence. I'm just like processing how cool that is.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
It was when there were strobe lights and stuff. It was very like music video level of like theatrics and well put together shit.
I could be wrong. Sorry to interject. I was not on this trail, so there's only some things I could think of, but I did see it later. Wasn't this the same area that they filmed one of the music videos in?
They
Was it
did
6
this
Feet
video
Deep?
for 6 Feet Deep at Terror Town. I'm not sure what portions of it, but that's probably the
I
same
feel like
spot.
part of it was done in that church.
It's
there.
very, very possible.
Okay,
okay.
Very likely. I
Sorry
would
to
say.
interject. Please go on.
And then Bill would kind of go by with his chalice of blood, and as if it was holy water, and kind of bless us with it in the messiest way he could find possible. So I was wearing a all white hat, and he looked me in the eyes and said, "Nice hat," and just plopped his hand of blood right on it, which I've been proudly wearing all week.
It looks cool as fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
that hat
you
is better
cannot,
for it.
like, unfortunately, I don't think you can wear it anymore. I think you need to, like, when you go home, I think you need to, like, literally just, you hang it proudly.
I might put it on one of the displayed
Yeah.
forever faces or something,
Oh,
or
yeah.
just continue to wear it because I just think it's fun
That's
now.
fair.
But we'll see what happens. But yeah, and then they just go by kind of flicking blood in people's eyes and faces and rubbing it on their faces and clothing, and it was very cool. And then you're sent out for the night to go have fun, which me and Veronica talked a lot about it.
Yeah.
And we were saying like meet and greets are very cool and like things like that, but this was a real like welcome to, this is what this is. Welcome
It set
to
a
our
tone.
thing.
It set a tone. Like watching everybody in our group sit in pews, like actual church pews, because I also went to Catholic school for 9 years, so it actually looks like just an old school, like barnyard
A small town,
church.
12 people go there.
Totally,
Yeah.
it really looks like that. So with the theatrics and the dripping and everything, like all it was
The
nuts.
strobes added it.
Yeah, it's so much, and the fact that they stayed in character the entire time and didn't break, and then watching you with your white hat and him just approach you first and just dipping his entire hand in that chalice and just like gingerly rubbing it all over your hat. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be that kind of weekend, and
Welcome
it
to
was.
Camp Xul.
Yeah. Welcome. You thought this was just going to be a fucking music festival. That's a reminder to you, it's not just that. So.
It's not just, well, I mean, it couldn't be just a music festival.
No.
It's the very first music festival ever. They've made that perfectly clear. No one's ever done it before.
Nope.
How could you expect anything else?
Exactly.
What else happened that night that wasn't scary?
So, here's the thing. I was in line to go on the trail. Like, I initially didn't want to, and then I'm like, you know what? If I'm with you guys, I should be fine. However, one of the actors there had a shotgun. It was shooting blanks, obviously. I cannot take sharp noises. So the first time he shot it and I didn't see it, like, I fucking dropped. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I don't think I can do this. I also don't really like being scared. So I'm going to go and just chill back in the main section of the town. And at just around 11 o'clock, they started letting people in for the game night. Now, I was super excited for game night because Lee Carver is apparently an avid Magic the Gathering player. So he said that after the trail was done, he was going to come in and try and play some games with people. The trail obviously started later than a lot of people were expecting. So when I got there, I had my cards with me, and there were two other people who had their cards with them, and we were going to start a pod. Blade, you showed up pretty much just at the right time because you were in the first group, and I had some extra decks with me, so we played a game of Magic, and it went incredibly well. You unfortunately had to dip out,
Yeah, I got like I'm doing tonight. I might leave during the middle of this. I'm very tired. And I want to shower.
I'm so sorry.
No, dude, it's fine. It's me. I'm a baby. I left during the game when I had a pretty good board going.
You were doing
things
fine.
were
You were
looking pretty good for me.
You were playing my sliver deck, which slivers, if you don't play Magic, are bullshit. But
I knew how to run it, so I chose it.
yeah. So you had to leave, and I ended up winning the game somehow. I got a really cool medallion for winning that. However, Lee Carver showed up about midway through our game, and he started a pod with 3 other players. The one, Mr. Zombie Killcam, who they constantly chat about Magic. And Lee ended up losing, which was insane. However, because of the delays, I did not get to play with Lee. He said if possible, on Saturday, if he had time, he would try and meet up and we would play. So I was a bit bummed that I didn't get to play with Lee, but one of the highlights for me was ABK coming over, drunk as hell. He stood over us for probably close to 10 minutes.
He asked what a Magic was.
Yeah,
it was a whole time.
He had no fucking clue. He yelled, "Oh, gee, is that dead? Yahtzee!" He's like, "I got bingo." That might have been my favorite thing about ABK the entire night, to be completely honest. But it was just cool to play some Magic. I won with a deck that really shouldn't have won. So I was very proud of myself, because if I didn't top deck the thing I needed, that would have been curtains for me. And also I won some free t-shirts there, which was even cooler. And the Worst Drive-By album, so that was cool too.
If you wanted to top decked, you would have upper decked, I will say.
You know what? That's true, but then that would have disappointed you. Anyways, so that was basically our night one. We left there. It was literally just before 3 o'clock when we left. Hotel, shower, sleep.
Yeah, and then day 2, because we spent 55 minutes already.
Yeah.
So, Saturday, June 4th, day 2. We all got in around 1, I would say. Saw some Tom Martino's Q&A.
First off, we ate at Big Boy.
We did eat at Big Boy, which is a first for me.
Same.
Pretty good.
It was nice. Going on.
Tom Martino's Q&A session. It was him and his podcast co-host doing their thing and reviewing movies and talking about comic books people asked about and stuff like that. I showed up pretty late to that, just because we were kind of getting in and all that. But it seemed like everyone that was there had a great time, and they were giving out wigs, which they were calling dick beards or something. Someone will correct us on that. But it was an ongoing bit, and it seemed like a good time.
I was not there for any of his Q&A, unfortunately.
Yeah, we got there at a weird time for that.
I think I may have checked out the Emporium again.
I did.
I did a lot of double checking the Emporium, because we were under the impression that some stuff might have been missing, and they were maybe staggering some releases of merch. So I went to the Emporium a number of times throughout the weekend, and that was, I think, one of them. So yeah, unfortunately, I did not get to see Tom Martino's Q&A. The only thing I knew about Tom Martino was that he also had some of his own one-off Forever Faces, including one that was Spawn that looked cool, but it was fucking expensive.
But after that was the super famous Fun Time Guys Q&A, which we were all there.
We were all there in attendance.
We were there.
My voice is ruined. Did you like it?
I
was expecting just yes.
No. No. I did like it. I wish
Controversy.
No. I wish that more people got to ask questions. As in, more people, there wasn't as many delays for the microphone for people to ask questions.
I'll say this about the Q&As overall, which I think is just a factual thing. A lot of people, I think, came to this event thinking we were going to get concrete news,
like a seminar,
physical
a seminar,
product.
Not a Q&A.
I just mean, I think that there was a lot of expectation for news about new music, from both Super Famous and Xul, and so I think everyone kind of came with the same questions and didn't really ask them because we were waiting to kind of here's the update.
We do know there will be a new Super Famous Fun Time Guys album next year.
2023.
Do you have the name of it?
I don't.
I believe it's I'll tell you when I want to laugh when I'm laughing.
No,
Or-
it's close to that. It's I'll tell you I want to laugh by laughing, or like
It's
It's
something
in
like
that
that. It's a
ballpark.
stupid fucking name.
they
And the
read
fact
it
was-
off their phone.
Yeah, they were
to-
like, we
to
haven't said
say
it enough to
Yeah.
know what it
The
is.
fact that they haven't practiced it yet to
Yeah.
just say it out loud is
Yeah,
a
no,
fun time.
Eight
in
Legs had to
itself.
find the name on his phone in order
Yeah.
to give it out to the audience.
Yeah.
But they said 2023 it's coming, and they're excited for us to hear it. But it's a little longer than expected.
Yeah.
on my part.
So yeah, other than that, I mean, there were some good questions by people. I can't think of anything else.
They told
immediate that was...
the whole long story of how they first met.
yes,
which
which
was great.
so great.
It was very entertaining.
And it's all because of Loki, and then Loki ditching them.
Go listen to Loki.
And Whip stealing a penguin plush.
Yeah, look it up on YouTube. I'm sure someone.
There's probably somebody who. There's probably
I'm
somebody
sure
who
it was
fucking
recorded.
it or whatever. So yeah,
I'd say those were the highlights. Though, was the album news and the origin story.
Yeah.
And then they just argued the whole time, and they did what you hear them do on skits on their albums, and it was fantastic. It was a lot of fun.
They have such a good kind of chemistry, of where I can't tell if it's kayfabe or not.
Probably somewhere in between, like all the best.
Mike said that some of it is pretty authentic.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
he's known them for years.
And then that was followed by the Xul not meet and greet Q&A,
Mm-hmm.
which was a similar format. So began with just Lee Carver and Billy Obey because Joe was mysteriously not at the grounds yet.
He was running late for something.
Yeah, he had called and said he was running late, and then I guess got pulled over on the way in, and the cop sent him on his way when he explained what happened. But he didn't get there till probably over halfway.
It was like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was suspiciously absent for a while. But they didn't let that slow them down. Because I mean, Bill's one thing, but I am so hard on Lee Carver's dick after this weekend because his presence is fucking amazing.
Got a good presence.
He can literally he can work a crowd so goddamn well.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're gonna go on.
Yeah, so they talked about a number of things. They said that they've said this before, but they reiterated that they have 2 albums ready to go by the end of 2023, or by the end of 2022, my bad.
Yeah, the end of this year.
The end of this year. One of them is a Long Live Evil group album, basically. Them and Super Famous Funtime guys on tracks together they said they have 18 recorded, but they're going to trim the fat and put it out as a slightly shorter thing than that.
I don't like that. I want all of them.
I say do the best album you
I-
have, and then put the rest out as singles or do bonus tracks or something.
I'm towing the line.
Release them all. Release them all.
Release them all, but put out a perfect album and then release them all. in some way.
So real quick, I just thought of something. We know obviously Super Famous Funtime guys were signed at the beginning of 2021, or probably technically 2020, but everything was announced on 2020.
It was announced
Yeah.
New Year's Eve 2021, yeah.
If this is going to be a Long Live Evil compilation or whatever the fuck, I mentioned I liken it to maybe like the later Psychopathic from Outer Space albums, where it's like tracks that are with different like pairings of people. Like maybe there's a track that's like just Billy Obey and Joe Black, or Whipstick and Lee Carver, things like that. What if they announced a new artist by having them on that compilation? I'm not necessarily saying that I should hope for it, but that would definitely be something to like surprise people, because that just comes out of fucking nowhere.
That'd be super cool. I don't know if I expect that, but I think that would be very cool.
Yeah. But we know that the Mike Clark album will be out this year. I did ask them a question regarding there was a recent interview that Lee Carver did with I believe it was Underground Australia, and he gave a lot of information on Venomous 5, where basically just talking about how like it started and then they scrapped a lot of stuff because they wanted to put it in a different direction. So I actually asked them if if you listen to Songs of Samhain 2, there are 2 Venomous 5 songs on there, and I was curious if those were from those scrap sessions, or maybe they were, like, just kind of like trials for what the new stuff is, and they basically said, no, those were scrap ones, which makes me wonder if the next Songs of Samhain that comes out later this year, because it seems like it's going to be a yearly thing, if we're going to get more of those as time goes on, because it sounds like Twisted will end up using those, not Xul.
Yeah,
So,
I think they said in the most recent TNT, they said Twisted are going to use some of those tracks, and they're going to use some of those tracks. So they're not going away forever, but they're not going to be on the album.
Right. They are not what Venomous 5 is
Shaping up to be.
Right, what Xul wants them to be, which I think is cool, like, that we'll get them in the future. I personally would like if they just did a, like a Venomous 5, like the OG sessions or something like that, but I kind of get why they don't want to do that. If they don't want to just put out bullshit, or, if they don't want to make a, for lack of a better term, a Forgotten Freshness style album, like, at least if Twisted throws it on stuff in the future, that's kind of cool, but they won't necessarily feel like Venomous 5. So, we're going to move on just a little bit. So, right after that, actually, we had, it was announced literally fucking last minute, like, the week before camp, Twisted was showing up for a fucking meet and greet. And it still blows my mind that Camp Xul is not an event that I would expect Twisted to be at. Like, last year, as far as MNE acts, like, yes, Axe is technically one of them, but, like, you had Blaze and you had Boondocks. I get that. Blaze is reliable. He'll fucking go to any event that he's asked to do.
He fits in everywhere.
He does. And Boondocks, I kind of get that too.
Same with him.
Yep. Yeah. But thinking of the fact that literally the parent label, MNE, and you have the headlining group at this seemingly very small, like, niche event, blows my fucking mind. And it was weird to see them in this kind of capacity, and they were just super nice. It was the cheapest meet and greet for me because I didn't have to spend a dime. I will take a moment, though. I didn't bring anything for Twisted to sign. I was going to just have them maybe sign my pass. However, someone came clutch for me. Blade.
Hi.
Can you speak up for a moment and describe what I had to get signed?
So, how long ago was it? Maybe like 2 years ago?
About 2+ years ago.
2+ years ago, Mike saw this listing on Mercari for a
Offer Up, actually.
Offer Up, the worst version.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out, Robbie.
I don't work at Offer Up.
Yeah, the worst
or
version.
use it.
So, for the record, you don't, officially.
Yeah.
No, that's facts.
That is facts.
So,
The don't fuck Robbie opinion is Offer Up, never tried it.
Anyways, go on.
Blade opinion is use whatever has what you want, but...
Go on.
So Mike tried to buy a CD single from 2001?
2001.
2001.
The Wrong With Me Black Magic single.
Turns out the seller was my brother, who is now in the Juggalo Judgment canon, I guess. He's a dick, whatever.
I don't... Oh,
right,
wait.
listen.
I think I may have said that I was, like, really pissed off back then.
Yeah, you did. I remember it because I was laughing about it. And it was my older brother who had forgotten he had an account over the course of whenever he bought it from... when Mike bought it from him. And so he came to Camp Xul 2 this year, and he just so happened to have the CD single with him. And so my older brother ended up getting the CD to Mike because I got it for Mike's birthday for Mike.
Yes, and I was so fucking thrilled. And so I had that with me when I got it signed. And they were actually incredibly surprised that they had it, or that I had it. So that made me happy. And I got a picture with them, and Madrox looks like he's disappointed in me. So that's something that I'm very excited for. Does anybody else have good experiences with their meet and greet with Twisted?
Oh yeah, I got to ask them some burning questions that I wanted to know personally for a long time that I can't really air out, but I was really excited about it.
It's probably better we don't.
I didn't get to ask him about the raping a moth line. God damn it. Sorry, Shmeev.
Historians gotta know, you know.
Don't put that evil on me. That's Shmeev's
Oh,
weird.
historian
fetish.
got. Oh, sorry, you are the historian. I just saw it for the record.
No, I had a good time. I don't know. It was a meet and greet. I enjoyed myself.
Mm-hmm.
That was followed or alongside the family portrait. We all gathered, took a picture. I don't think we need to go too heavy into that.
No, it's a picture. It
We
looks
stood
cool.
outside, it was
It's a
hot.
very cool picture.
Look it up online. You'll see it.
It's really
Yeah.
hot, dude.
It was.
Shout out to In the Pit. They got a lot of fucking shots all weekend. I can't wait to actually see.
Yeah, I mean, just from
Joe Christie, was that who it was?
Joe Christie from In the Pit, but
Great.
just from being there all weekend, like there, I can already guarantee there's a ton of footage by now. By the time you're hearing this on YouTube, so if you're curious about any of the stuff we're talking about, it's very much there. There were people documenting all of it.
Yep.
And then this was not as much of a surprise as I think it was intended to be, but then about 5:20ish, the first musical act of the night was Twisted.
Fucking Twisted, busting out a 20-minute set.
Yeah, I think Blade said 15. Did you have a timer?
It was pretty much a tight 15.
It was fucking short. It was weird. And guess what? The shit that you could imagine of
It was all bangers.
Yeah.
It was short and sweet. You had fucking Die Motherfucker
They
Die.
opened with Murder.
Die Motherfucker
Which
Die.
I want to just cut this off and say one thing.
Say it.
2 things, maybe 7 things. I have one thing. But I'm going to throw to Blade on this. That's your favorite Twisted song, did you say? Oh, Luke said that. My bad. But it's Twisted came prepared for the show they were playing.
Yeah.
In that they opened the Scary Guys horror show with Murder.
Yep.
And it was a very like old school fan favorite and just like a real horror song that was very suited for the event. And I thought that was very like well done.
For the record, mine is a very deep cut. It is Gravy Boats. But
Oh wow.
Appreciate your service.
That might be the first time
You
I've
couldn't
ever
even
heard
say
that.
you couldn't even say Light and Truth. Like fuck off.
All right.
the worst song on the EP.
Get the fuck out of here right
So,
now.
but-
I gotta leave anyway.
For the record, Blade is hard to win over, but maybe not always right either.
That was the Blade fucking move.
What the fuck? You guys
I'm
are
just
like
fucking
Gravy
with you.
Boats?
So anyways,
Sorry.
you got Murder. You had Die Motherfucker Die. You had Bags. You had We Don't Die and Raw Deal. I believe that's all they
Yeah,
were.
they
Right?
played.
Yeah.
It was really
Which Raw
weird.
Deal was the weird one to hear, in my opinion. But it sounds like it. I think Brian, I think you might have said it was. Sounds like a trial run for their tour that's coming up. The
Yeah, they're
Otoa
doing-
Artists.
Well, they've been doing that on
Eyeballs.
all those shows.
Yeah, they've been-
Yeah, so that makes
It
sense.
seems like they
but
truncated that show into
But-
15 minutes.
Who was it that said this? I think it might have been Robbie. It might have been you. It might have also been Luke. Mentioned, and we all pointed out how much we fucking hate it when Monoxide
Oh, that was Luke.
does
I don't
the
even say negative
goddamn
stuff.
sing-songy rapping where he throws off like you're trying to rap along and he's like, no, I'm just making it lazy and sound like shit.
It's not lazy.
I
That's
would
a
sound
so
onstage
dumb.
flair.
No.
I like it.
I would
No.
like to go on record and say that I absolutely love when he does that
Yeah, that's
shit.
my
hate it.
shit. I'm
because
hate
he
it.
looks like he's so happy.
He's having
and
fun.
I will say this.
No, if I want to hear it, I want to hear it like Blaze does it, where it's word for word perfectly,
No.
except for something
I
else.
like the ad libs. The ad libs are fun.
Yeah.
I will say this though. I noticed this from like the minute they got on stage that Monoxide just could not stop cheesing the entire.
I will agree.
During
time.
Murder, when they did the first kind of point the mic out at the audience
Yeah.
line, and everyone was heavy on it, he got a real grin. Like,
Yeah.
Like
they
a
really like
stupid
us.
child,
Yeah.
like
Which of course everyone here grew up on this song,
Right.
but like it surprised him. He didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, like when they did We Don't Die and they typically cut it, it's Jamie's second verse.
Yeah, they usually drop the vocal
He
track out
actually
and-
started he
or the
did a
beat.
part of it where it's typically everybody in the crowd. There was
Is it the
this,
We Unreal part?
Yeah.
Set like a $7 bill?
Yeah,
he
it was-
always cuts it.
it was really
and
weird.
they-
I think that they assumed that like a lot of people there just weren't Juggalos or Twisted fans.
Yeah.
Which was so bizarre because I mean, like we all had just met them, did the
Mhm.
VIP, and I'm sure there were a lot of us, myself included, people they've seen for many years,
Yeah.
coming to see their show. So yeah, it had that weird moment of like, do they know that like a lot of the people here enjoy them, right?
I think what it is more of a like, we don't want to assume anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming
Which
in
is
here to
totally
do our
fair.
best, and
Because-
hopefully they like us.
Because
Yeah.
I know that I've seen some people online that love AXC, but absolutely like
hate Twisted. And it's still weird, like, it's almost like they just accept the fact that AXE is on MNE, but at this point, like, I refuse to be like, oh, AXE should just leave, they should do everything on their own. No, fuck this, we wouldn't have Camp Xul without this. And Twisted did something
on that
amazing.
note, something we forgot to mention was that Xul, in their masks and shirts people had given them at the Q&A that day,
So good.
Came out and gave a nice speech about how
They introduced them. Lee said that was my favorite group.
right, and they made a point to say we came from this and this is our favorite shit. So like, ladies and gentlemen, Twisted. So it was a very like bucket list thing for them, and also like the crowd was
but
there for
real
it.
quick, fuck them for this bullshit. They fucking
Yes.
there was a like a DJ was playing music like the entire time in between sets.
I think it was like a
And
Spotify playlist.
Yeah, okay.
Ugh.
But the instrumental for Venomous came on, and I got so fucking hype. I'm like, oh my god, they're actually doing a Venomous
that was
5
on
set.
purpose. That wasn't a fuck up.
It
No,
was
because somebody
such bullshit.
yelled into the microphone, was like, "Just kidding."
Oh, it made
and
me
then,
so fucking mad.
Yes.
So fucking
But
mad.
the way they played it off was like they stopped the house music and then did that.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
even
That
worse.
was the fucked up part.
That was
about
even
it,
worse.
because I got really excited.
Yeah, same.
Because
Absolutely
I
same.
would have lost my fucking mind, just yelled the goddamn chorus. But so yeah, Twisted, in and out, short and sweet. It was literally the shortest Twisted set I've ever seen. It was shorter than the shit they did at Warped Tour, but it was literally a greatest hits, and it was fun. Like,
It was a cool seal of approval. Like,
Yeah.
we are passing the torch to these guys,
yeah,
and we are really glad to be invited to this. And like,
invited.
Have a good
We're
weekend.
glad that we showed up.
but no, I mean, like, I think they genuinely are like happy to be involved.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
And I mean, they both said they didn't want to overshadow. Well, I know Monoxide didn't want to have his stream, said that he didn't want to overshadow Xul's big event. So yeah, it was like a nice little nod of, this is pretty awesome. I'm proud of
'cause
you guys.
honestly, if they wanted to, they could be like, yeah, we'll come, but we're gonna headline.
Yeah, absolutely.
And no, like, fuck that. If they would have headlined, night one, okay, fine. Like, I would have taken them over. Anyways, let's move on.
Not to speak out of turn, I feel like that would have attracted the wrong crowd.
Well, and I think
Not
the reason that
necessarily.
they announced it, that they were even going to be on the grounds 2 weeks or so
2 weeks,
before,
2 weeks before.
was because tickets were already sold. People had booked. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I think I'm agreeing with you in that I think that they would have drawn a different element if it was night one Twisted. It becomes a different event a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think
Possibly.
they didn't want that to happen. They wanted it to be Camp Xul.
Right. And who was next?
V Sinister.
Okay, I'm going to preface this. When this comes out, this episode will come out literally the week before the V Sinister hunting season episode that we have already recorded. It's already done. I'm going to put a preface at the beginning of that episode too. Please,
I'm
if
going to
you
preface
listen,
Mike's premise
no,
and say,
stop it, stop.
Can I preface
If you
that?
no, shut the fuck up. If you listen to that episode,
I'm not
like I said,
prefacing anything.
I'm gonna put an intro in there as well. Please do not judge V Sinister by our review, because I'm going to state this. We're fucking harsh on it. We really are. I'm not gonna fucking like give you no bullshit. And I didn't see the entirety of V Sinister set. I saw like the latter 2/3 of it, and I enjoyed it. I genuinely think that he was giving it his all, and I spoke with him after, told him about the podcast, told him about the episode and everything, and I said, listen, I don't want to judge you for that one project, because he said right there, like, as soon as I mentioned it, he gave like the, oh man, really? Like, and I'm like, I know you're not proud of it, but I want to give you a genuine shot with something that you are happy with and whatever, and I bought some of his music. I haven't gotten to listen to it yet, obviously. I'm still, here, but I'm going to do so. I think that V Sinister was a very nice guy. So just be easy whenever that episode comes out, please.
and for someone who's not a member of the Juggalo Judgment Army, if that's what they're called, I will say that V Sinister is a legend, and he's got good material. His set was very good, and I say salute to V Sinister.
But also, he really...
I never made a podcast where I said his album wasn't good. I'm saying that.
He really does love the nursery rhyme style. I'm just gonna say that.
You'll know all about that when you hear that other episode that isn't out yet, I'm sure.
And moving on, who's next?
Then was my guys, Sky Swamp Orange. They'd been. I want to do a little paint with colors for a second. Sky Swamp Orange were on the grounds, so they got a lot of their current fan base, I would say, by playing 2 specific shows last year, 2021. Nasty Bash, Nasty Inc.'s show, and Camp Xul 1. And they had material out to that point that was kind of not maybe what they were aiming towards, but it was them figuring out what they were doing. And they just released their most recent album, Odium, or their first full-length album, and it is the sound that they've been, kind of careening towards over time.
Fucking sick.
And they were on the grounds the whole time, drinking beers, having a good time, and like being as much a fans of it as anyone else. And I've been listening to that album since it dropped, and their set was head and shoulders above what I expected from it. As a big fan of theirs, I was not prepared for how good they were live. Like, the set ended with Stray and Ronnie, I want to say. If I got that wrong, please message me on Instagram and yell at me. But them both jumping in the crowd, Ronnie with a guitar, and
he was like almost crip walking through it all,
and like getting pushed around and stuff in the pit with a guitar on, and like not missing a riff. Yeah,
fucking flawless.
Really, really, really good. And I can't say enough nice things about those guys. Stray is a fucking star. That guy in any scene can walk in and has charisma and talent, and like the whole band was very, very good. So check it out.
And I will say, like the mixing that they had at the time, like or during the show, the instrumentation sounded clean as fuck. Like I could tell everything. Also, the one member who had the scream vocals, so fucking good. Like I'm watching it and he's doing it effortlessly. I wish I could do that shit. But like they sounded great. They fucking commanded that crowd.
Yeah.
Like they stage presence has been like a consistent thing this entire fucking weekend, and they did not disappoint. Like
outside of Twisted, that was the first time of the weekend where I was like, this crowd is here for this as fuck right now. Like
100%.
Blade, are you leaving?
Yeah, I was gonna pause the podcast.
It's all good.
Pause. I paused the podcast. Sorry.
Yeah, you fucked it
I'm
up.
heading out.
Sorry.
I'm gonna go shower.
They're a little babu and they have to sleep.
Yeah, I'm in a different hotel. Also, like I'm 10 minutes away. So
real
for
quick,
the record.
No, it's fair. Before you leave, I want, and we'll talk about it on our own. I just want to hear, what was your favorite performance of the weekend? What was your favorite moment?
Least favorite performance.
My favorite performance was the Super Famous Fun Time Guys. 100%.
We're gonna get all into that soon.
Really fucking badly.
Say everything you think about it right now, and we'll edit it in later. And by that I mean we'll play it exactly.
I'm not gonna edit shit. Fuck you.
I love Fun Time Guys. Besides the fact that Whip forgot some lines or something because he made some like weird noises for like a whole verse.
The scat yodeling thing was cool.
It was very cool. I loved it and I enjoyed it. I thought I was like losing my hearing for a second, but everybody confirmed they heard the weird verse, and I was like, okay, cool. And then my least favorite set of the night was...
You don't actually have to say that. I just thought it was a fun setup.
No, it's okay.
Be sinister, but also...
Did you see
I wasn't saying the night. I was saying in general.
Okay.
Oh,
I was saying in general. Like, what was your favorite performance of the entire weekend?
Oh, the X one. I cried, dude.
That's
what?
Yeah.
AXE. I don't think they prefer to be.
I know. I fuck it up too.
AXE. I cried. I wanted to get into a long speech on how much it meant to me that we're all here together and I love you guys, but like I want to go shower. I'll tell you tomorrow at Waffle House.
We'll try to sell it. You know, you can record a PS. It'll play after this recording.
Yeah.
Blade talking into the phone directly about.
How much I love you guys.
Yeah.
The family and
all right, we're gonna pause and give hugs.
I'm not pausing shit. This is a love fest right here. I don't give a fuck. This is gonna sound so shitty.
We're just leaving it.
I'm
just leaving it.
Get out of here.
Absolutely.
All right, now you gotta leave so we can keep talking.
Get the fuck out of my awesome, sweet
I thought you were gonna say my
hotel.
office. Get the fuck out of my office.
Get the fuck out of here.
But yeah, the two things. Blade says check it out for Super Famous Fun Time Guys and AXE.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Anything to not check out. Don't check out of your hotel late because you might get a fine.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
see you
that's
later.
true.
You gotta worry about that.
Don't speed or you'll get a
check your
ticket
speed
like
in
me.
Ohio.
Yeah. We'll get into that too. Bye, Blade.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
See you in the morning.
All right, be safe.
Oh, check out Slasher Dave.
Check out
Yeah.
Slash Day.
Slasher Day. There we go. All right.
After Sky Swamp Orange, Donnie Menace took the stage from LSP.
Yes.
Second day he had been on stage. He was there the whole festival as well from
Yes.
day one forward. Really good set. I mean, a variety of stuff from new singles and stuff that's unreleased as of yet, and stuff from albums he's got out. Really, really good. He's great at rapping. Listen to him.
Yeah, I was super impressed. Like, rapped incredibly like clear. That was something that I was also very happy about. Is like people not fucking mumbling into the goddamn microphones, especially like. There was not every song that he did, but a lot of it was like more, I don't want to say chopping, but more like rapid fire with, you have to have like good enunciation.
Yeah, quick
And
and well enunciated.
Yeah,
for sure.
I could hear it like very well. So I was very excited. I did cop the 3 CDs that he had there, especially because because hold up. The most recent one that he had was from 2017, which is annoying because clearly he needs to release a new album. But one of the albums that they had there, if you look on his site, says sold out. And I'm like, well, if I don't fucking buy it here, I won't get it. So that's a thing that happened. I'll have you know, a lot of the artists that I saw this week, I bought a lot of fucking music. I think I have like 24 CDs that I have
in the hotel right now.
Like in the hotel. So whenever I get home, I have a lot of fucking album ripping to do. And I'm probably just going to have to make its own playlist of all of that shit.
For the next 24 weeks, mic check has to be you reviewing every album.
Here, I agree to that.
Hey, Robbie.
Yeah.
Fuck you. What's next?
Next up was Straight Jacket. I thought he was good. He's good.
I did not see Straight Jacket at all.
No.
That was the first set that I didn't see anything of, and I don't remember why. I genuinely feel bad.
I know why for me, because Sky Swamp Orange was fucking incredible, and I love Donnie Menace. I've seen him a lot in Los Angeles when I was living out there. So, like, all of my energy was pretty much zapped between
Spent
that,
on them.
Twisted. It just, like, it felt like we had already lived an entire day by the time Twisted came off the stage.
Yeah.
So when Sky Swamp, I didn't really stay too much for V Sinister. I did get to see some of his set, but yeah, I completely felt fucking zapped by the time Donnie Menace ended. So, unfortunately, I actually did not get to see Straight Jacket, but...
I think between sets A and B, between the one that's coming up next, which I don't know why the schedule's been out for months or weeks at
Yeah,
this
it
point.
doesn't fucking matter.
But Fams and the Hooligans followed Straight Jacket, and I think a lot of people were getting themselves prepared for the assault that was going to be.
Yeah.
I.e. me.
It
much me.
It seems like a number of like they knew how to make this fucking schedule.
Yes.
Like we know like how to build a fucking show, but like I will say it was kind of criminal to have Twisted on and then be Sinister because so many fucking people dipped.
It was so hot in there by that
Oh,
time.
it was. I fully agree, but like I felt bad that like the crowd that was still there for V Sinister, there was maybe a dozen people. Like there were not a lot of people.
Everyone just left.
Exactly, but everybody was getting really prepared for what SSO was that day, correct?
No. Oh yeah, SSO.
So they came back for that, and then kind of like
Trickled
more and more
back
people like trickled in. But Fams, I think from that point really, if you weren't there for that, you were barely there for everything else.
Pretty much.
Something I've been saying a bunch all weekend that's really hit me hard is that like this is its own scene that has grown its own stars in the last couple of years, and Fams and the Hooligans are some of its biggest. I would say they're one of the premier bands of this little corner of the underground scene, and people were, you could tell people were fucking ready for them, especially coming like a week off of White Trash Pope or WTP coming out.
Yeah,
and like I mean like you could really, really tell who like the Zooligan crowd or the people were ready for, and like Fams was one of, I'd say, the top 3 to 5 artists of the week that people were fucking ready for.
I 100% agree.
And they delivered hard.
Something that needs to be said when you said about like this scene, this is not the Juggalo scene. It may have started from that, but it's kind of adjacent, but entirely its own thing at this point.
It's a different generation.
Yeah, it's a different generation, but you could definitely listen to a lot of these acts and never listen to an ICP or a Twisted. I mean, yeah, Twisted was there for this, but like I wouldn't fucking put a 6 degrees of separation of ICP and FAMS. Like it's very difficult to do that because they're their own beasts, and it's very hard. Like this is why
FAMS has Hatchet Man tattoos and stuff like that.
Yes, because he was a Juggalo.
They don't make that.
Or
you can be a Juggalo and not make Juggalo music.
They still are Juggalos. It's just that it doesn't ever. The problem with this, well, not with this, but the problem in general when it comes to the Juggalo thing is people feel like they need to do the whoop whoops and the family chants
and have to label it, and it doesn't need that.
It doesn't have to, and that's what I like because I noticed this last year, and I know I'm jumping way ahead, but like leaving Camp Xul last year was a very refreshing feeling, and it was because of that. Like, it didn't feel like it had to wear a uniform. It didn't have to check all the blocks of, people, everybody wearing a Hatchet Man, piece of merchandise, or everybody having to say, what's going on, Juggalos, and like making sure that they're checking all the like comments and phrases that
people
everybody...
like people in this scene because they're good at music.
Yes.
Exactly. And because they appreciate each other. It's not because they're juggling enough.
Exactly. Yeah. They either are or they were Juggalos. It doesn't matter. And it's like, it's cool to see like, not everybody has face paint.
No,
I saw two
Twisted
people.
had face paint. Blaze had face paint. ABK had face paint.
Not as far as like people that weren't artists. I saw 2 people this entire weekend.
Exactly.
That had face paint, and one of them was
FAMS that had face paint.
Yeah, with the black across the eyes.
Yeah, but like I
wouldn't tell that though.
In a similar vein of what you were saying of like not having to label it all Juggalo. Back whenever I was starting to listen to like Juggalo music, like straight up, when labeling stuff on iTunes for genre, I literally called it Juggalo music. Okay? And then it started to get like blurred of what it all is. And now for me, everything that is from these kinds of artists, it's underground.
Yes.
I no longer will label it as Juggalo. It's all underground because I can't just say that this is a rap artist or this is a rock artist because the genres are blending so much. But you're not hearing these people on the radio. So what the fuck is the point of trying to do that? I put underground because I know what the fuck it is. If I play my underground playlist or my list of songs that are the the underground genre, I know what the fuck is going to come up. A goddamn clusterfuck of all of this stuff. Labeling it Juggalo is pointless. It is underground music, and a lot of it now has become so refined of what it can be because now you're getting better production, okay? Even by people who, with the technology these days, anybody can make a fucking song, okay? So incredible production from people. It's far more focusing on lyricism these days. It's seeing all that and then tying it up with incredible theatrics, which FAMS having a bit of the issues with it again for me personally.
Really quick before we get into that,
go on.
I want to say that I think a big thing that's important about this is that they are not now being called the Zooligan groups or bands. Like FAMS is not like a Zooligan band in the same way you say like a Juggalo artist. These are just their own individual acts that come together and share a lot of fans and make their own completely independent music but work together a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, go on. I just wanted to...
No. That's totally fair and totally worth mentioning. Like, you'll have the people who are constantly like, think about like, okay, your gatherings. How many artists were Juggalo adjacent and constantly at gatherings? You're always having the people who are from Suburban Noise, constantly having the people from Strange Music, and then some of the like smaller but still fairly well-known ones. With this, it seems like anybody who is underground doesn't have to be tied to one of those groups.
Yeah.
Could be there as long as they, want to put in the fucking work.
Right.
And have the support to do so.
And I'm going to say this without shitting on anyone. you really said a mouthful when you said putting in the fucking work, because the people that went off as artists and bands made a difference with the crowd versus people who showed up with a history with the audience. I'll say that.
Yeah, and I totally agree. Like, most of the artists who were here, I was not familiar with, and I'm leaving this event ready and willing to check out so many new artists because of the connection that they had between stage and crowd. Okay, these people were not here for an easy payday. These people were not here just as something to do. They were here to make a mark. Plain and simple.
Made a mark out of me.
Fucking dork.
Speaking of things that made me a mark, we should really fly through the rest of this as much as we can. But the highlight I would say of Fam's set is that everyone knows Fams and the Hooligans and knows Super Famous. The song Ford Tempo. It's a big fan favorite.
Yep.
They
from
played
the
it.
two.
Yeah, from the two. It's Fams and the Hooligans featuring Super Famous Funtime Guys, and they played it, and it was kind of like, Super Famous is headlining tonight. Are they going to come out and do their verse? And they didn't. Whipstick ran to the front of the pit and was just like marking out for the song. And I was like, I guess they're just, he's happy to hear it.
They're not
going
to do it.
And then
they played another song.
3 more songs, maybe.
Yeah, at least one.
And
more.
then ended their set with it with Super Famous coming out and doing their verses.
The song, the instrumental for Ford Tempo came on a second time, and we thought like, oh, is the track fucked up or whatever? And then no, fucking Super Famous came up there and they did the hook and immediately did their verse, and people fucking went off. That was honestly the first, I think, really big
sing along, besides like Gang Related or something like that.
Well, yeah,
or like, Twisted songs, but like in the newer artists,
yes. That's a good way to describe it. The new artists, okay?
Not the people have been listening to for 20 years.
The young blood.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. That was the first really big sing-along.
Major
sing-along. Every fucking person in the room was going off. It was so fucking great. I literally, that song came on for me recently, and then I would play it 5 times on repeat because I fucking love it so goddamn much.
And then Buckshot played.
Buckshot, I love Buckshot. Buckshot's my dude. He did a lot of his, a number of his solo tracks, but a good deal of his stuff was verses from Cabal, verses from UGA. He did do my favorite song of his, which is No Belong from Weirdo, which samples Radiohead. Great. Yeah. I will say that, Buckshot does know what to say to a crowd to get the reactions. Mm-hmm. Say Camp Xul, what's up Zuligans and everything, but he was at the last Camp Xul too.
Yeah,
and he mentioned about how that was when he had his torn meniscus and was fucked up, but hey, I enjoy Buckshot a lot. I'm glad I got to see him again because I haven't seen him in 4 years. And I got to chat with him a little bit later on in the evening, which was very, very cool. But it was really cool to see Buckshot again, and if he comes back to Camp Xul 3, I'm all for it. So I'm definitely excited for that. I also did get to hear a little bit of info, which will fucking get leaked at this point, but he's hinted about his project, The Berserkers, which confirmed is he and Mr. Gray.
Which, edit this out if it doesn't get announced by then. But yeah.
No, I don't give a fuck. I don't
want to get into it too much because I didn't hear the track. Did you hear the track? Right?
I heard Buck's part of it, and it was
sounded good.
Fucking yeah, and Gray was on the chorus. It sounds so good. And there's another. I'm not going to say it, but there's a project coming out next year that a lot of people are going to be excited about. So just pay attention to Buckshot.
Love to hear it.
Going on.
And then the headliners for the night: Super Famous Funtime Guys.
Fucking garbage. Get them out of here.
Mr. Eight Legs, Jacob and Ed, my favorite band right now. Twisted is my favorite band of all time. Super Famous Funtime Guys is my favorite band going, I will say.
Yep.
Blade, I think, also was hinting at, that was the highlight, or one of the main highlights for them. This Long Live Evil thing is a really cool thing, big deal to me. And this is a weird way to put it, but these comparisons get made either way, so whatever. But Twisted is my favorite band of all time. But ICP were the label owners or whatever. Xul is, you make the comparison in your head. I'm not here to explain it. I love those guys. They do everything perfect. They write such big, catchy pop songs that the audience
can't get enough of that shit.
Singing along is beyond fucking anything you could imagine. Just really excited to hear them get such a good reaction. They played a mix of deep cuts and big pop songs. They yelled at each other.
Yep,
they
songs.
Got Lee to come out and do Crawl Space as Crawl Dad.
So goddamn
Donnie
good.
Menace came out for Your Wife's a Hoe. I don't have like specific things to say besides it was fucking great.
Super hyped that we got to hear Captain Cocaine because holy shit, if you don't know that one, it's on Super Dudes Crooning the Tunes.
I'll never see Jungle Boy the same.
It's seriously. And ending with Positive.
Yeah.
That's a good closer.
It's a fantastic closer. And that is the song. Like I had already bought like that album, the album that's on, but Positive is the final track. And I remember like listening to that album and thinking, okay, these guys aren't that bad. Like I could listen to them more. And then Positive coming on. Positive is my favorite song by them by far. It like that ticks every box for me. As far as songs that sound very, very happy and fun, and they're actually not when you listen to the lyrics.
That's like the thing that Whipstick prides
he loves that shit
as a group on the most. Like that's his favorite shit is the really happy, friendly songs that are really dark. That's like he's always aiming for that.
It's their bread and butter,
and they're doing very, very good at it.
Yeah, it's really funny that you guys say that because like Super Famous Fun Time Guys for me is something very different than what they are for other people. Because I got when I went to Camp Xul last year, I got to talk to Whipstick for a second before I left, and it was really cool. This was like the closing conversation I had before the whole thing ended. That during quarantine, during the whole COVID thing, my anxiety went off the rails, like completely off the rails to the point where I was put on meds for a while and I was, kind of forced to see a counselor because of work and everything. But out of everything that I listened to, their music would just kind of bring me down, and not in a bad way. It would settle my anxiety down to like
it would not bring you down like depressed.
It would ground you.
It would settle me. It would ground me, and it kind of because of that, it was like upbeat music with these terrible like oh yeah, I'm gonna kill myself. It's great. Yeah, everything's wonderful.
And then everyone cheers.
And everyone claps and cheers and sings along. So. Their music has like that weird. I don't want to use the word trigger, and I think that's what I said before. I don't like using that word, but like it kind of pings weird moments for me. So
it scratches a certain itch that reminds you of.
So everybody's dancing and pretending to snort lines of cocaine, and I'm in the corner trying not to fucking cry the entire time. Like, oh god, like okay, I love this, but god damn it, it's crazy of like. All of the music that I listened to that these guys just came out of nowhere. And I don't even remember how I even started listening to them, but seeing them last year and like they had 2 sets last year. They were incredible, but I definitely noticed like for me personally, their stage presence last year compared to this one, it's not that they weren't good. It's just they seemed so much more confident and like just like in their element and just I don't know, it just they definitely leveled up for me. Like and that Camp Xul was only the first one's only like 7 months, 6 or 7 months. No, so like to see how much they've come up since then. I had a fucking awesome time. That was one of my favorite sets for the whole weekend for sure.
Yeah, same, huge same,
100%.
Yes,
and that was. Well, then there was after party stuff.
Yeah, after party. There was karaoke and
movie night.
They
played all the sleepaway camps. Someone said all of them. I think there's only
3 of them.
Yeah, I think. But they played at least the first one. I didn't see much.
No.
Of the movies. There was karaoke. Me and Mike each did a song.
Yeah, karaoke was okay. I had a great time. There was this one woman who kept fucking singing like every other song. She kept going up. I don't remember who it was.
I think it was one of the
scare actors.
Yeah.
Oh, was it her?
That woman works there. So last year she did that too.
So great memory jogger. So right after Super Famous, I was outside talking to a friend of mine. Can't speak for your show or how you feel about him, but Luke the Goon, good enough guy by me. I'm not here to form any opinions.
Oh no, Luke is dope.
Well, listen, I'm not here to speak for you, but I think he's a nice enough guy. And we noticed that they were shooting shotguns in the air and saying, "Everyone, come here. We're gonna hang a witch."
Yeah.
And so they led us all to seats and a gallows, and they did like basically a stunt show with the scare actors and like hung a witch, and then she was dead. And then an older woman came out of the crowd and resurrected her as her, witch brethren or whatever. It was a very well done show, very cool. And that was the older witch lady in that sketch or whatever was the lady that did Enter Sandman by Metallica and did some like straight up like Slasher Dave witch laughs during the breaks and stuff. She was amazing.
She was fucking awesome. She had a huge septum ring piercing in. She had like a shirt. It was like too fucked to drunk or something like that.
Really?
Oh yeah, that woman. I can't remember what it was. It was like
then
something.
She was walking around.
I'm fuck as high.
There
I'm
you
fuck
go.
as high.
And she was walking around all day today with a mob style shirt on. So I don't know if she learned about this stuff last year or if she already was familiar or what. But
bought the fucking shirt.
Yeah, she was happy to be there for every reason.
A lot of people from Terrortown, and everybody there was absolutely incredible this year and last year.
Can't speak enough about the staff.
No.
Yeah. Oh, they were fantastic. I gave
fantastic.
No joke. Tonight, like whenever we were leaving, I got my final like water and Fago. I gave the woman a $15 tip.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
I wish I would have thought.
I was doing. I like every time I gave a little tip on the thing, but I was
making
like,
it rain in that tip jar.
I literally was like,
same.
please keep the rest. It was like $15. I was like, please keep it. You guys have been fantastic all weekend. Thank you so much.
And they were having
hospitality.
a great time.
Yeah.
Like they were bobbing their heads. So I went and got a beer during Blaze, and the bartender was bobbing her head super hard and psyched on it. Like it was absolutely great.
A lot of them carried over because it wasn't that long ago. I think a lot of them became maybe fans of some of these people.
Potentially, yeah.
So that's
hard
awesome.
thing to see happen at your workplace and not be like, I should look into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Saturday.
Yeah, we went home and ate McDonald's again. Every night McDonald's except for tonight gas station food.
Today is Sunday.
Sunday, June 5th, opened with the LLE meet and greet. So,
which was meant to be 2.5 hours long. Started at 12 o'clock and was meant to end at 2:30. It went nearly 4 hours
because they signed everyone. They waited for everyone to get through,
and they didn't like. It wasn't a like go in there, sign a thing, take a picture, smack on your ass, and you go. They were having like some short conversations with people, which was awesome. We were among some of the last people to get in there, and like it was nice to just talk to people in line too. Like I was talking to the guy I was talking to the whole time. That was the person I told you about before. That was Troll.
Yeah.
Troll, cool dude. We're chatting a lot about stuff back home because he lives like 20 minutes away from me.
He's met wrestlers.
He is connected. Like he sees. Well, he works at an airport, so he sees everybody.
Yeah.
But when we got in there, it was just a really cool setting. And by cool, I mean it was actually much cooler than it was outside.
To tie the loop, they did the signing in the same church building as the first night where the blood was at. This time, blood free. Sharpies replaced blood. and photos.
No drippage.
No drippage. Not from the ceilings.
Not for that.
So yeah,
I can't speak on.
It was nice to see them, in just like a chill context. They were all very nice. They started to have essentially a food fight with zebra cakes between AXC and Super Famous.
I'll say if night one was like music video. Music Xul.
Mm-hmm. This was
meet and greet
Xul.
was TNT Xul.
And
yes,
this is one of the things that I like about them so much is they just seem like normal, like chill
they were
guys.
Silly. They were being silly.
They were silly, and it's just fun to witness. But like that was when I really started to like take in a lot of the stuff and be like, listen, I'm so appreciative of this weekend. They've been so welcoming and all this shit. Like I've never gone to any kind of festival like this. Yes, I'm a terrible juggalo. I've never gone to the Gathering. But like this, they have made this a thing. And I couldn't not tell them that. Like, I'm sure a lot of people have been saying it to them all fucking weekend.
I couldn't find the words. I just said thanks for everything.
But guess what? I'm gonna fucking tell you again. Deal with it, you fuckers. Like, but yeah, I don't know if there's anything more to say about the meet and greet or whatever. But
it was great. It was just it was a nice face to face.
Yeah,
they were silly boys, and I had a nice time. And then I did other shit for the next. No, actually, I was gonna say I skipped the next 3 artists. That's not true at all.
Same.
We were in line for the meet and greet, so we did not see Devious T,
yeah, that's
Jay
true.
Villain, or
so
Stack
long.
Styles. Yeah,
Yeah, we missed all of them.
Because they did not. Because again, the meet and greet was supposed to be 2.5 hours. They stayed for everybody who was in line.
they waited, and I don't even need to compare it to anything else, but I just want to say that I felt like it was slow getting us in there.
Yeah.
And it was, and that's because they took
their time.
serious time with each individual person, and that means a million.
That's
things.
why whenever I was talking, I mentioned something to Lee about Magic the Gathering, and Joe's like, "Lee, shut the fuck up, we're working."
Yeah. they like a running video of that entire 4-hour meet and greet would probably be extremely entertaining.
It'd be so fun to watch. I would watch it.
Yeah,
I'd watch. I don't give a fuck.
And then we went back and saw music, and the first person we saw for the day was Diabolic, the Monster. Shrunken Head Entertainment, formerly LSP, formerly AXE, formerly Maniacs. Diabolic is another like underrated legend in this little scene. Like from like if we went to Camp Xul at day 0, he was in this world from day -1 or something. I mean, like, for those who don't know, before Allah Zululu, there was a group called Maniacs featuring Holy Horror, who later became Joe Black, Maniac, Mr. Maniac, or so, I'm fucking this one up, but that was Bill's name, and Diabolic was the third member, and he briefly joined the group again in 2016. I think they recorded some stuff that was never released, left the group, and so really cool to see him on their day of the festival, basically. And he tore it up. He was fucking excellent. Did a bunch of good ass rapping.
Very energetic. Very I don't know. He was one of the artists that like it didn't feel like he had to force people to like put their arms up,
right? Yeah.
Bob their heads. Like it. Yeah, he was fucking fantastic. He's by far one of my favorite people this weekend. Yeah, no, I was pretty happy we made it in time to see him because I would have been bummed if we would have been still in line. Not that the meet and greet was fucking awesome, but I was very excited to see Diabolic.
It timed out where I could.
You know why you missed a bit of it?
Why is that?
Because immediately after the meet and greet, we went to the Emporium.
We did spend money again. I don't want to document that because I'm already sad even thinking about those numbers.
That's why we missed a little bit of it, and then I went back and forth a little bit more. I did catch the last couple songs of Diabolic. I would definitely go ahead and give him a shot. I don't know if he has physical albums on his site or not. If there's any way to acquire anything.
I don't think he does currently. He's been doing weekly Monster Mondays, I think is what he's calling it, because he's Diabolic the Monster. New singles most Mondays or Tuesdays on YouTube.
Check out Shrunken Head Entertainment too.
Okay. Yeah, Razakel and all the people.
Yep.
Like he's part of that scene and that label rather, and his album's Gator Boy and The Monster is what I always call it, but I think it might have a more specific name.
I can't remember.
2 albums he put out on LSP a handful of years ago, but it's all great.
I'll have to check it out. I would definitely do so.
And speaking of homebred, boys built from the soil of the Xul world, SON followed Diabolic, Legion took over the building. Really, I mean, it was as big a reaction as almost anyone had gotten all week. I feel like SON tore that place to shreds, and it was fucking awesome. Like ended the set with everyone on stage, or as many people as could fit on stage, just screaming to the chorus and holding up their
triangles,
pyramids, triangles, whatever. Like it was just like for a midday act.
Pretty fucking
a
cool.
Headliner.
I will say too. I wasn't like I wasn't fully in the crowd. I was like, whenever I came in, he had the biggest crowd of the day, prior to the final 3 acts.
Yeah.
Because then it dipped a little bit, but
Yeah.
he had a huge crowd for him compared to most of the other people that day. Today. There was the one person though who was going through the crowd.
I
with like
did it.
With like a
I looked you in the
chalice.
face.
You knew.
There were he brought out all these like cloaked, what would you call them, like
What do you call it?
Druids.
druids.
Yeah, druid.
And there was one in the crowd. The bloody chalice was
Yep.
a theme this
Yeah,
this weekend.
And what you got a
I very much embraced that shit.
I did too. Yeah,
It was so fucking blasphemous.
it was you got a
It was a sign of the cross on the forehead. It was yep.
And me, I was wearing a hat and also slowly backed away and turned my head the other
Your
way so
face,
you couldn't do it.
I was the happy, grinning, yes please, child. I turned around and you looked mortified. You're like, fucking no. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, yes please, just hello, stranger, put your hand on my face. I don't care.
In real quick.
In any situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Real quick, in a similar vein, we also need to jump back real quick to FAMs. What do they give everybody at the very end of the show?
Right.
Yeah, they had little communion
Yeah.
like packs,
Yeah.
bundle
It was
packs.
like
Tiny Eucharist and wine.
It looked like a tiny, what's it called? The hourglass.
Yeah, it looks like an hourglass,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's separated of one half of it is the blood of Christ.
A very tiny, like
bit of
wafer.
bit of altar wine and basically some Eucharist. It was very interesting.
With a 26 on it.
Yeah,
Yep.
with 26. But yeah, SON had very interesting iconography about them. Also, didn't realize that the very small girl who was fucking people up in the
she
goddamn
was
pit.
fucking
She was
awesome.
up there with him.
She was his hype man.
Okay, yeah, and she was fucking great. Like,
Yeah, shout outs to her.
I believe that's Tiffany.
I don't
I
know
want to
who
say
that is,
that's
but
a that's a.
We'll run with it.
That's a, I think.
Shout outs to you, Tiffers. You fucking threw down
She was
last year, this year.
fucking people up in pit. Like people that were like 4 times her size, she's taking them on. Fuck it. But
Yeah, that's like so all the shenanigans they talked about in the back with the crosses and looks in the eyes and turning the heads. I didn't see any of that because I was just getting closer and closer as it progressed and screaming along to the choruses and getting pulled on stage, and it was a very 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 checked a lot of boxes set for me. It was very good.
Pretty fucking energetic. It was great having Diabolic and SON back to back because that energy just carried.
Yeah.
And for people that don't know, Billy Obey from Xul produced like the vast majority of SON's current record, Grant Us Eyes, and he also used to rap as Scrub King and is featured on multiple songs on Psycho Volume 1. So someone who's been around for a long time, but like if you don't know, now you know. Check it out.
do so.
Don't buy it. He doesn't have CDs available currently. Just download it and burn yourself a CD if you care about CDs that much. America, grow up. Listen to SON, whether or not it's on your preferred format.
Who's next?
Next, we have DJ Swamp. He played like Twisted songs
Eminem.
and Eminem and like stuff, a DJ set.
It was a DJ set.
We were outside for that.
You know what? It was
We
one
could
of
hear it.
It was one of those situations that it's just it sounded like the house music.
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
never
it was a
stopped.
soundtrack.
But there was
Yeah.
occasionally like scratching during it
I
or
didn't even
whatever.
hear that. I just heard Eminem. I was like, oh, somebody went off of the Spotify play
The
random.
Dark Lotus
Oh,
playlist.
Yeah, the
No,
Dark
you know
Lotus
what?
radio that they've been playing all year.
Shush, because 3 a.m. is horrorcore. It's fine. It fits in there.
Oh, I don't mean that. I just mean that everything, for the most part, during the day was like Twisted or Dark Lotus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like
Yeah,
very
for
themed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, DJ Swamp played music.
Didn't
and
fuck up.
Yeah, like I heard songs I liked.
Yeah.
So we were outside for the next beginning chunk of this. I don't think any of us have anything specific to say, but it was on the lineup. It says Chucky Chuck
Yes.
into Johnny Richter.
Yes. Yes.
And I don't know if I don't think there was a break. I know
No.
there wasn't a break between
There
the two.
wasn't a break. So Chucky Chuck did his set, and I've never listened to his stuff before. So he was just kind of going. I remember walking past. I can't remember what I was doing. It might have been fucking going to the Emporium again, and walking past, and one of his songs just had some like outrageous shit that he was talking about. It involved sexual acts. I know that much.
All right. Well,
But-
I'm not here for that. So
No, never.
no.
So as we're just chilling outside, all of a sudden I hear the song Everybody Move, which is a Cottonmouth King song, and I'm like, oh, they're playing that on the overhead. And then I'm like, oh no, that's actually music. And sure as shit, Johnny Richter is up there. So I'm fucking rushing because I'm like, I want to see Johnny Richter. And Chucky Chuck was still up there as his hype man, basically, but it didn't seem like it was just Johnny Richter doing his songs or just doing his verses from Cottonmouth King songs. It sounds like they did some other stuff. One of the tracks was just literally a Johnny Richter and Chucky Chuck song, Destination Unknown. They did at least one track from the recent King Click EP.
He did two.
He did too?
They did the one with Whitney Payton.
Well, that's the one I remember
and then
for sure.
the other one, the one that
last track, I think they
did,
right?
They put a video out for when it first came out.
Like Suburban Noise OGs.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense. But honestly, like, Richter being probably the best member of the Cottonmouth Kings.
I'll double down on that one.
I would
most
say
consistent.
Sure. Individually, as a, it's a what do they call it when like people like The Office?
Boring.
It's an ensemble. It's an ensemble that makes it work.
Well,
so like Cottonmouth Kings at their peak is everything happening at once is what makes it good. Johnny
Controlled
Richter,
chaos.
if pulled out, might be the best individual element.
Johnny Richter was the best, like the most consistent rapper, and also was pretty good on hooks. But like, but that's the thing.
The lottery, they played the lottery, and that was my standout of that because he does the hook and the thing, and it was perfect.
Yes,
he's like one of the things I like about Richter so much is he has a very smooth voice. Like, he doesn't do anything that he doesn't have to, so I've always liked that. But he was just very chill up there, but I did really appreciate the fact that there were people in the crowd whenever they were singing Where's the Weed At? There's this fucking dude over there who's got a joint rolled up, hands it to him, he fucking takes a couple puffs, passes it back to the guy, and the person right next to him has another one, so he passes it to him. He took so much.
So that explains the rest of the set, because I missed that part. When I came in, there
was a portion where he was like kind of mumbling one of the songs. It might have been part of the song though, honestly. But he was a little bit.
They were drinking, and if that happened prior to me coming in, that explains the rest of the set, because I was like, there's zero energy. Is somebody who had seen the Cottonmouth Kings back in the day, like if you saw OG Cottonmouth Kings, you know that was like a fucking party. But then you see this, and it's just like two dudes just kind of like rapping at each other at certain times, and like these weird gaps in between songs where it would go dead silent.
Yeah.
There was also some weird mic stuff, I think, where he was trying to address the crowd and say like, hey guys, what do you think about this? And he had like jokes or something, and like it was just kind of the mic was a little muddled, so it just did not go over.
That is an issue. I also don't know how many people were in there for that set, because I was pretty close to the front, so
it was
not
very full.
That doesn't surprise me.
Not many.
Let's also be clear that the Subnoise people that were here because it was a tour stop on the current
Underground
Alliance tour.
Yes,
which
with
also
Blaze.
contains Blaze Your Dead Homie, so it made sense that they were on that.
Yeah,
so.
It was a nice. It was nuanced. It was a good way to get.
It was a
people to hear
break
some
from
stuff.
the action. We'll say that.
Well, I would say it was a cool way to get a lot of the people that performed and attended this festival grew up on some old KMK and Suburban
Like I said,
Noise.
I generally enjoyed his set. I really did.
So what I'm saying is it was a cool way
it.
to get those guys there, to get a couple of those songs in the mix, and to get Blaze there in the middle of a tour.
100%.
It was a nice nod to like OG Juggalo folks. They're just like, oh yeah, that's it's John
Diabolic
Richter.
ran in the room when the lottery came on and knew every word. Like,
I saw it.
That's cool.
Yes.
And then short break leading up to Slasher Dave, which was maybe unlike anything I've ever seen live.
Yeah, I agree.
Like really, really specific, but really, really cool.
Mm-hmm. How do we describe Slasher Dave? So it's
John
like,
Carpenter themes.
So if you were to take
Sort of EDM-y or dubby.
80s like score, like
horror movie scores. Yeah.
Mixed in with like some
heavy.
industrial,
Definitely industrial elements.
with a little bit of heavy guitar action. And then like sound clips. It's such a cool mishmash of so many things that I love.
Dialogue and stuff.
Yeah, and just like
it's its own beast. We'll just say that.
it really is.
like it was for something that had no lyrics except for one song. He had one song with vocals. It was literally just you're there and you're listening to this like not necessarily ambiance, but it's all instrumental but people were bobbing their fucking heads because it was very infectious in a good way. But it's like, I don't know what the fuck it is about this, but I like it. And I ended up buying the CD.
It was like, sure a really good electronic music artist.
Yes.
But it was also like heavy and 80s horror themed.
Yeah.
Like it was a lot of things at once, but it's really, really, really good.
When I told people about his set last year, I think the word that I was using was mesmerizing because you don't know. I'd heard his stuff, and I do like Acid Witch.
Yeah.
So, walking, what sucked about last year is it was so fucking cold, so I unfortunately missed part of his set, but, yeah, like, just to hear his stuff, I listen to his stuff. It sounds fucking incredible on album, but to hear it live, it bumps it up so many fucking notches.
The live drums helps too.
Fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
and
live drums were so
good. And he
good.
brought him last year too, which was fucking amazing. Yeah, whenever they were sitting up and they were doing the sound check for the drums, and I was like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking Slasher Dave.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be fucking awesome." My favorite non-musical part of that set was you and I, Mike, standing in the back and watching Lee Carver run out of nowhere, dude.
He ran up and he's just like bumping his head like everything, and then like he turns away to like leave, and he sees me, and he there was a fist bump, and he's like, "We're in the presence of fucking greatness right now," and I'm like, that is the coolest shit because he's marking the fuck out.
He was running around in like figure eights, like this is fucking awesome, right? Like,
he was running up and shoulder checking Luke and me right next to each other.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
Yeah,
and he was psyched.
Literally right after that, I went to you and I was like, I cannot wait to hear them rap over shit like this.
Yeah,
which is, I mean, for those who don't know, I mean, if you've listened this far, that's weird that you don't know this, but Slasher Dave produced all of Mausoleum and continues to do more and more music for them. Right. So a big part of the Xul inner circle.
And it sounds like, it hasn't been actually confirmed, it sounds like Slasher Dave is going to be doing
V5.
V5.
Someone asked them directly if Mikey Clark was involved, and they said not at all.
Yeah.
Someone else that has helped them build some worlds and stuff.
Here's the question in exact context. So is Mikey Clark going to be on the V5 record? Pause. No. And that's all they said.
They said no, but someone else is who you know, and they're adding their special sauce to it or something.
Special flavor.
I can only imagine that's Slasher Dave, but we could.
But just the way they said,
just
the way they said, no.
I would love to hear Madrox and Monoxide over that Slasher Dave production.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 100%. Can you imagine?
And maybe a new wrinkle into what they would do later.
Exactly.
They said they have a dark, like Wicked-esque album coming up. No one could do that right now, I think, better than Slasher Dave.
I agree.
But yeah, for being something that's very hard to describe, it was very like mesmerizing, and I'm so glad I watched it because it was so damn cool.
It was really fucking cool. It was like entrancing, like really just like bobbing my head, just
you're sucked
zoned in, and I was absolutely high. So,
I was not, and I was equally as energetic and dancing around. That was what a fucking set.
And then Blaze, baby.
Blaze. I was up towards the front because I fucking love a Blaze set. He had 5X with him, and it was, I don't want to say like your typical Blaze set, but you kind of know what to expect with Blaze.
I think you don't want to say that because you think it carries like a negative connotation.
No, it doesn't at all.
But it was your typical Blaze set in that it was fucking awesome.
The man's
it was
got
all
hits.
Your favorite Blaze songs.
Yeah, the man's got fucking catchy hooks,
Totally.
great hits. Yeah.
It was cool because I think this is the first time that I've seen him since Cadaver came out.
It's the first time I have in person, absolutely.
So
really?
So not seeing so finally never mind. I did see him before because he definitely played like I'm a G before. So
I saw him on streams, but yeah, he's definitely not been to Portland since Cadaver came out.
Right, but I think that there might have been another show where he came to Pittsburgh. I don't know. Fuck, he wasn't on the Unlikely Prescription.
Either way,
show,
it was
right?
cool to hear.
Anyways, yeah, it was great to hear him. They did a fucking what song was it where they did a different instrumental though? Was it? It was something from Colton Grundy. Was it Days in My Neighborhood?
I think so. I'm trying to remember because it
was
whenever
very
they
weird.
were like.
They were like, the beat sounds different, but you know the words.
And I honestly, like, it was one of those weird moments of, like,
I had to think about it.
I couldn't place it.
I couldn't
pull it first. Like, at first, yeah.
Now,
God damn it.
but I do
What's
need to acknowledge this. Unfortunately, I hate to do this.
Legally, Mike is
yes,
obligated to
I have
address
to.
whatever he's about to say.
So Juggalo,
He tried not to, but they pulled him in and said, "You gotta."
So Juggalo Anthem came on. It's your typical Blaze song. It's great to hear live. They did something different this time in that the track, they actually censor part of it now, and by censor I mean
scrubbed out completely.
Scrub out.
Yep.
It's monoxide in the chorus, I believe.
I think it is. Yeah. I think that's accurate.
Dropping the N-bomb, so it doesn't say that anymore. However, later towards the end, I am almost certain that Blaze was saying it.
No, he was saying "kill us."
He was saying "kill us"?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Because that's what I say. But that's what also I was trying to think of, like, later on, and I'm like, did he? And Mike was like, yeah, I already know what you're saying. He said it. And I'm like,
No.
okay.
No, I think I heard
okay.
"kill us."
I thought it was.
People in the crowd were.
Yeah, over
Every time.
100%.
I say ninjas just because of, like, muscle memory. I'm like, we're not saying that word.
No.
And it's so
I just
awkward.
say Juggalos up in this shit, I just skip
Yeah.
the whole. But I was thinking about that during the set, and why not just make a new version? Or, like, a remix with a different line? Because you're gonna play it forever, as long as you're touring.
Yeah,
Don't make the only version of the song be that version,
Or just, like the backing track.
Or just
change
add
it
killers to every line.
Exactly.
Monoxide can get in the studio and bang that out in 8 seconds.
Yeah.
But
That's what we call a real unfortunate guy. Change a couple things here and there.
A real big douchebag.
But yeah, Blaze had a fucking cool ass set. Like, it was cool to hear him do like some of the old shit. Like, he did something from pretty much every fucking album.
It was a nice mixture of his entire discography.
It was one of the first time I've seen him do dubstep live, though.
Really?
I
we
feel like
talked
he
the other
doesn't
day
do it
about
that
how
often.
you didn't think he was going to do it, and I was like, I think he's going
Yeah, it's just he doesn't do it that often, to be completely honest.
I think I've seen him so many times. Yeah, that's one of those songs that I expect him to do.
And the easiest fucking closer is Escape Artist.
Yeah.
Like,
and you're never going to get a complaint out of me with a set that begins with real G shit and ends with Escape Artist.
every fucking time. So Blaze always is consistent, which could be interpreted as bad, but like, no, I love when I see Blaze because he always looks like he's having a great time.
Yes.
It doesn't seem like he's necessarily like running through the motions or anything, but he's been doing this for so long that he is like, he knows how to get the crowd into it.
And they're into it.
Yeah, 100%. I was going fucking. I feel like around me, like nobody else was like as into it, but I was going fucking nuts. I know I was losing my voice.
When I walked up to get a water during the set, and then it was real unfortunate because they did two One Less G songs, but the woman that was standing behind the bar was absolutely
she was
fucking
going off. Yeah,
popping off, like losing. The woman has been selling a
bartender.
seltzer the entire time.
She loved those beats.
Yeah,
That's
she
awesome.
was thrown down. Like, I actually had to wait for the dude to like finish up his because she was looking at him and like just.
That's great.
Yeah.
Blaze is great.
Love him.
And then
the main event.
Yeah, Allah Zulu. So leading up to this, weeks and weeks, they've been teasing that there would be blood sprayed on the crowd and there would be effects and there would be a whole new kind of stage show that was not just 3 dudes in masks on stage rapping. And so the show opens with
there was three people.
Zuls.
Yeah, three
on
Zuligans.
Stage. Like
in
it was Xul in their Almighty era garb. They had the Dickies suits with their name tags.
Yep.
And 2.0s and the black beanies. And so my immediate instinct was, oh cool, they're gonna start the show kneeling down.
Yeah, that's what we all thought at first, and then like after like sorry,
knocked me.
But
after
then they all
like
walked
couple
out.
Flashes. There were some strobe flashes.
They walked out behind their doppelgangers.
Yeah.
Slit their throats and then they just
Oh,
poured blood
A
onto
real
the...
Guar moment happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
The said doppelgangers just spewed blood all over the crowd from their necks while they did the parish.
That sounds right. I feel like we should have this much quicker in our memory since it was 3 hours ago.
Worry. I've got the set list on
5
my
hours
phone.
ago.
Yeah, it was the parish, and then into We Are One.
So before we get further into this, we were fully convinced of 2 things that were going to happen this weekend. One, something involving Venomous 5 would happen.
Mm-hmm.
That did not happen. The other thing was they were going to come out wearing their newest masks, probably what we presume would be 3.0s. They did not. They were wearing 2.1s that were gray with blood on them. They looked great on stage. But we really thought that they were going to have their next era masks up there, and they did not. So, was I disappointed in that? A little tiny bit, but guess what? It's a mask. It doesn't affect how they fucking perform on stage. So, I just wanted to get that out of the way real quick.
And I'll say that I kind of was doing my fanboy speculating on some of that stuff, but having seen the show, I'm glad it wasn't any of that stuff and that it was what it was, because it felt like such a celebration of everything that already happened.
Yes.
When we know for a fact that there's multiple albums right around the corner.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah, it felt like a nice ribbon to like their entire career. And to, on that, note, a big reason it felt like that was because the people they brought out, which Diabolic came out to do In the Trunk, SON came out to do Move Back. Those are the 2 early ones I can think of. Blaze came out to Alternate Dimension.
Yeah, okay. We have to talk about this.
There's some discrepancy on what we think.
No, 100%. I don't fucking care. So, Alternate Dimension from Necronomicon 2 is basically a sequel to. It's just another dimension, I believe, correct? From the first Necronomicon, and Blaze is featured on it. And first off, it took him a while to get on stage. He was late
he totally
5
missed
seconds.
his cue because everybody in the crowd was waiting for that moment.
They were
to,
looking,
look at each other.
Because they say
scream,
it's the big homie
It's
Blaze.
the big homie Blaze, and I think he missed his cue.
And then we're hearing some of the backing track, but not a whole lot of live vocals by Blaze. And there's some confusion here. Some people are saying,
there's disagreement in the camp. I'll say
maybe that his microphone was not working.
Me and Blade, who's not here, so I'll speak on behalf of both of us. I am fully convinced from watching his mouth and hearing what I heard cut in and out that there was mic problems.
I am 100% convinced that he did not know the words of his own verse.
I'm pretty sure my man was stoned out of his mind and did not. He mumbled through some of it.
Because there were sections where he did it, but he was straight up mouthing words that did not match what was playing on the thing, and because of that,
who was it that picked it up?
A lot of it was Lee.
Yeah,
a lot of it was Lee.
So what I saw was that he was mouthing words, but nothing was coming out, and they cranked his mic up, which is where in the middle of the verse it was way more audible, and then it fed back really quickly, and so they cut it back again.
Yeah, because I was like, nah, I don't know. I think that he just didn't know the verse. And you know what? It happens, but just it's funny to me because I know I've seen stuff that Blaze knows so much of like not only his stuff, but other people's stuff. And they specifically mentioned that Blaze was going to be on.
I was so excited for that moment.
and the thing is like, I was like, wow, Blaze doesn't know his verse. Maybe he should just watch TNT from now on. They fucking show the video like 5 times every night.
Well, he said as it was ending. I don't even
know where I'm at.
He said, he looked at somebody and he said, I'm sorry, I just smoked way too much of the Cron or something like that. I was
they
like...
They said Necronomicon too? He said, I've been smoking the Cron all day or something like that.
Yeah, and I was like, God bless him.
I just think that's really funny. But it was still a cool moment to see him.
An A for effort, yes.
And getting like the pop. The pop was, Yeah.
Mike with a very quick insert here. It's been confirmed that, yes, Blaze totally forgot the words. AXE mentioned it on TNT this week that, there was a little bit of confusion, and it's because Blaze did not remember his verse. Back to the mic check.
And then, I can run down the set list right here. It was Intro, Parish, We Are One, Deathbed, Belial, Rigor Erectus.
Deathbed was literally when I started.
a lot of my yelling the chorus.
I agree.
Mhm.
That's my yes.
I
Same.
ramped up throughout because I just did not want to.
No,
it was that
I didn't give a fuck.
no, I don't mean what you think I mean. I mean, I got to a point where I was like, I don't want there to be a chance that they don't think we all love this shit.
Yeah,
this shit. So
I
I'm gonna
totally get it.
scream
Yeah.
loud, which I didn't do the rest of the week. I did it at times, but it was like, this is no holds barred now in my throat.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let
Totally
it go.
get you.
Yes.
Alternate dimension, life, LIFE.
Yeah, that was,
Forever Face.
God, I went so fucking hard on life. Like, that one hurt, actually, by the end of it. Because the most guttural yell of me yelling, let it fucking end.
And then Move Back with SON, who came out and crushed it.
Yep.
And got such a response from the crowd, and that was really, really cool to see. Honestly, this is like a weird, no one's ever led me to think this is true in any stretch, but if he signed with LLE, that would be a perfect fit, I think. Bill already produced the last record, and like the audience loves him.
Mm-hmm.
But even if that's not even anything at all, and he just continues to do his own thing, like he's rapidly ascending to really cool shit. 6 Feet Deep, Mass Made Me Do It, The Trunk,
6 Feet Deep
with
live.
Diabolic, Brainless. So then they had Super Famous come out and do Brainless for the first time I think they've ever performed it with Bill.
Yeah, because I actually mentioned just separately before this, whenever we saw Super Famous last night, I was like, I'm kind of surprised they didn't do Brainless. Like, not necessarily that they needed to have Bill out there, because we could have just sang along with it, but I was like, that's kind of weird that they didn't play it, because it was their first single.
They did it last year, too, during their set.
During AXE's set?
No.
During their own set.
Yep.
So it was very cool for AXE to bring them out and do it, and all of AXE were like singing the chorus, and all of us were singing the chorus.
I think that song, like, of the weekend got one of the biggest pops and
Definitely.
one of the biggest sing-alongs.
100%.
And then Super Famous stayed around the rest of the set. They like just hyped them and hung
some
out.
back vocals.
And they did Axis Family and Zooligans to end it.
Oh god! So, Axis Family, great to have towards the end of the show.
Before we close out, can we pause for 2 seconds so I can pee?
Sure. I'm not cutting that out though.
That's fine.
Take it to the bathroom with you.
We're gonna pause for 1 second. You won't know that we stopped and pausing right now.
I peed. It's good.
So, having Axis Family be towards the end was great. Like, the theatrics for that, they had like a fake like sledgehammer that looked awesome.
Oh yeah, and throughout they would have they had a guy come out who was puking up green liquid that was
towards the
juice.
beginning.
Yeah. I'm just saying throughout the whole show they did not.
They had super soakers.
Super Soakers full of fake blood. Yeah, they didn't let up on their promise that we would get soaked.
They said they would get wet.
Yeah, and I think they're going to build this element of their stage show from here, but this was a very cool intro to it.
Yes.
Ending with Zooligans is both an interesting choice and I think a fantastic one.
It's the best choice.
I think I was just kind of surprised because I feel like it's almost too like cheery, but it is literally a dedication to this incredibly passionate fan base.
Yes.
That it was just crazy. And there was a lot of like it wasn't like song. Like it would be like they do a song and or they do like 2 songs, then chat for a little bit, couple jokes here.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how they do.
A lot of witty bantering.
Yeah.
They're silly guys.
When it got to the end,
the
waterworks started for me.
Not just for you, I think for everyone that's been on this podcast and everyone that was on stage.
I can say this. I don't know if it's maybe it's just me like overthinking it, but I know for a fact that I locked eyes with Lee and I locked eyes with Billy as I had tears coming down.
Oh yeah, no, they were glassy eyed. That same thing happened last year too, where some of them just couldn't especially Joe. There were parts of even the set last year, and he was doing it again this year, where when they would be doing the thank yous and doing the heartfelt,
a bit choked up.
He would just choke up and not say anything, and he's like, I can't talk right now. I can't speak. So,
this
it was actually like really rough for me. It got worse whenever I got outside. And then we chilled for probably a good like 40 minutes or something, just kind of chatting and bullshitting. But like, I know, like, fuck, who was the first person that I really saw? I saw you, but then like Blade came over and like, like one of the tightest hugs I've had in a while.
I didn't realize it because I mean, like, I was already in like a weird stunned state coming out of it too, because that set, like, I was already feeling pretty depleted, but I knew like all of my energy, the rest of it, I was just like, here, take it.
Yeah.
Here, I'm just gonna blow out my voice right now. I'm gonna be disgusting sweaty. Like, I didn't need to get sprayed. I was already fucking drenched in my own sweat. I was so disgusting, and I'm like, yeah, I cried during like 2 or 3 songs. I knew that the ending was coming, and I was like, fuck, this is gonna take me out completely. But yeah, these dudes absolutely fucking love this, and there's so much appreciation that, I mean, like, it fucking kills me that people just kind of, they're like, oh, this is another Juggalo wannabe group, and dismiss them completely, and then to see that and how much they actually fucking care about everything, and all
to
the
see how
people
much
there.
the people that are there care about it.
Yes.
Also, something like as a bit of a side for this, it shouldn't be like ignored that the majority of these artists, especially like the big head honchos or whatever, like AXC and Super Famous, they were literally just walking on the grounds like the entire time, unless they were busy doing something. And it wasn't like you couldn't. Now, granted, I didn't really do this because I'm like little shy baby, but there were so many people who were able to just go up and like say hey or chat for a couple minutes, unless they were like in the like middle of trying to do something.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like they were unapproachable or anything like that.
Well, and that's something that I really wanted to touch on, like when we talk about like Cody Manson and Dean and people like that being in the crowd moshing and stuff like that. It's like the artists on stage are as excited about this stuff as the fans are.
Yeah, because they're fans too.
Yeah.
Which is so refreshing. It's not just like, I'm
they're
sure
all
that they're
backstage, like, just
yeah, exactly. Like, you don't see that often, I don't think, these days. And this is God. Like, unpacking all of this, like, I'm starting to actually like have it hit me again right now. I have not experienced something like this before.
Nope.
And it's going to be, I think, a very long time, at least probably a year. And I'm saying that on here, knowing what's coming up in 2 months. Fucking sue me, I don't care.
I don't think there's any legal grounds.
They
for
won't
that.
sue me. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't think anyone could sue for that. For excitement levels.
I genuinely don't see myself feeling the same way about anything else until Camp Xul 3. Plain and simple. Because everything about it, from the music, the camaraderie, okay, even if I didn't necessarily interact with every single person there, when we were waiting in line for shit, of course we're going to have small talk with people. And I couldn't say to a single person or say after the fact, wow, that person was a fucking dickhead.
Mm-mm.
Everybody was here. There was only one person that I was like, I really wish you'd tone down just a little bit. You know who I'm talking about.
But like overall, not worth getting into because the overall.
It
was so good.
Yeah. So my thing is like, everybody here came here to have fun, not to fuck with people.
No.
They came here to have fun, to check out some music, to support some artists that they feel very strongly about, and this ticked every fucking box.
Yes, 100%. And I will say, one thing that Lee said on stage when they were doing their thank yous that really hit me was, our entire lives are dedicated to making your life fresher, which is like, it's a very obvious statement, but it's like, yeah, you literally like don't have to do this. Mm-hmm. Like, you could have just toured or like made, a bunch of mixtapes or, you know what I mean? Like, this is like the weirdest fucking thing you could do. And that's why it's the best thing you could do. Like, seeing the witch hanging and like the trail and stuff, like, this is such a Xul fucking thing. and seeing all the artists that they've kind of shepherded into this festival, and people that played it last year, people that like their core audience like really fucking fuck with, like Fam, Sky Swamp, SON, like seeing like they could have easily taken the job at MNE and hoped for Twisted opening spots for the next 5 years, and that was not what they wanted to do. That they want to build Xul, build their base, build their thing, and they're doing it better than I could have ever hoped. And Super Famous is, you know, like the best tag team partners I can even fucking imagine, and like,
well, yeah, because they're luchas.
Exactly. But like the whole thing is so organic and so real, and I like when we sat at, you said we sat at the bench for 40 minutes and talked. I sat at the bench for 40 minutes and tried to figure out what I was thinking, because I had so many thoughts going through my head, and ultimately what it came back to is just that I don't think I've felt this way after something since I was 13, 14 years old, because they like you said, it checked all the boxes. Like they reached into their own childhood Juggalo hearts and pulled out all the things that made them feel excited and special when they were kids, and then said, like, let's make our version of that, and
let's create a magic that other people will think,
yeah,
you know, similar to what we had.
And it's yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot of, I haven't figured out what to say about it for another week probably, but it just means a fucking lot.
It'll be longer because you guys are experiencing exactly what I felt last year. Like when I left the grounds last year, and I mean that was a completely different experience with it being insanely fucking cold and just a little less people, and you know, like not everyone. We weren't able, like, you could walk around the grounds, but you didn't really want to because it was fucking cold outside. I felt the same exact way, and I think I gushed to you guys about it because I was just like, this was a very refreshing experience last year. It was nice to see all of that, all the things that I love about, you know, like being a Juggalo, and like everything that people say it is. It's morphed into something else. It's not exactly that all the time. There's a lot more people involved too, so it's hard to get, you know, that camaraderie when there's thousands of people. But yeah, no, the things that I've loved about the Juggalo world, being in it since fucking forever. This was like a new, like, I wouldn't say like a refresh, but like, I don't know, it had everything that I love about that world. And it was true. It wasn't fake. And, like, everyone seemed to care. And people walking the grounds, even last year, was, I don't say it was shocking. It was just, like, yeah, no, this is why they're here. They're here for us. We're here for them. There's no, like, you can't talk to me now because I'm talking to Buckshot. Or, you know, anything like that. And everyone was so goddamn approachable. It was like, fuck, I want to fucking support this. I want to support this every fucking year. Like, I don't know if you guys will feel this way next year, but, like, I feel so fucking full of happiness, and I just feel fucking extremely goddamn content, and, like, yeah, no. Like, I will go into this week like, fuck yeah, I just did Camp Xul again. Fuck you guys, everything's wonderful over here. So, yeah, I cannot gush any more about this. Like, everyone was like, God damn it, you, like, I know you did all those other events, but you will not shut the fuck up about Camp Xul, and I'm like, it's what it is. Until you experience it, it like, people want to compare this to the Gathering and every other big event, but it's not that. It's not that at all. I mean, calling it Camp Xul, honestly, the camp part about it, that feels more, I don't know. I'm like halfway speechless. It's such a cool fucking thing, and I'm glad that they're doing it. I'm glad they're running with it, and I'm glad that they, like, I know next year they're gonna build up on this one. It's gonna be bigger. There's probably gonna be more sets. They're probably gonna do even more theatrics. I expect, like, them to just take this and fucking, like, amp it up with steroids, just be like, fuck yes. Okay, so we did this. And the thing that I also liked about this year is that not only did they bring more people in, but they invited a lot of people from last year. So it wasn't like, all right, cool, we got you guys last year, fucking whatever, let's get other people in here
Right.
to sell more tickets or whatever. They're like, no, fuck that. We're going to bring everybody back in from last year that we can and fucking add more to it. So, no, I fucking love this. I could sit here for hours and just fucking spew, but yeah, I fucking love this.
I know that when we were heading back, Robbie and I, one of the things that I said was like, yeah, I didn't get to go to Camp Xul 1.
Mm.
You know, I'm glad that you did get to go because you can still compare the experiences from that to this one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm so happy that I got to see this in its infancy.
Yes.
But because part of me is like, this is special to me because I got to experience it early on. Like, I came into the Juggalo world incredibly late, so something like this is very foreign to me now. And like, I didn't listen to Alazolu until I got signed to MNE, so even that's a little bit late for compared to some people. But part of me is like, it's not like I want to gatekeep, but I'm like, man, I don't want more people to get into this because I want this to be my special little thing. But at the same time, I'm like, no, this is a fantastic thing that so many people should give a shot and should want to come to and everything. And then it can expand and just become such, you know, just, I don't want to say out of proportion, but it has the potential, even at this early on, to be something worth looking forward to, like, for years on end. And the fact that, you know, damn near everything went off without a hitch for them, it seems, and, you know, everybody was respectful to themselves, to the staff, which, again, we've said more than once here, the staff was fantastic. Like, this is something that I know from now on. It's not me thinking, oh, it would be kind of cool to go to this. Like, no, I'm going to do as much as I fucking can to go to this event as long as it is a thing. I'm hoping it's not further than this. Like, if it's Terror Town, fucking great. Sign me the fuck up. But I don't fully know what I expected, and I'm thrilled that I took the shot and did so because this exceeded every possible expectation that I had and didn't have. So that's, I mean, I don't know if that's like my final thoughts, but like it is very refreshing again to hear you say about like what you felt for the first one and then comparing it to this one and whatnot. And I know that, you know, in our 4-person group, 3 of the 4 of us just didn't really know.
No. Not
necessarily like fully what we were getting into. Watching the Mascumentary can only do so much.
And that didn't give it, I don't know, even an insight into what it felt like to be there, what it acted. That was really heavy on promoting, I feel like, the
it was good ad.
The scare actor parts of it, and it made it seem like a...
Definitely.
But the... What I knew it was going to be going into it than what it ultimately was very different than that. Yeah, I don't know. This is the best. Like I've been this scene has become increasingly my main shit for the last like 2 years, and will only go further from here. Only become more and more important. In the same way that, you know, horrorcore gripped me when I was 14 and found Q Strange, or, you know, any of those earlier acts, like this I feel excited in a very genuine way, and this is fully my deal now.
It's cool to hear that, because I think that now, like I said, there's been a lot of times where I haven't given some artists a shot because, you know, they aren't on a label that I know of, or they haven't done work directly with somebody else. And some people tell me, oh, you should check them out. Well, I don't feel like it. No, if at this point I feel like I need to give damn near everybody at the very least a shot to see, because I'm probably missing out on a lot of very fresh music. And this, thankfully, Camp Xul has been a way to force me to actually check it out and give it the shot that it needs, because I know that I'm leaving coming back with A, great memories, and B, a lot of potential great experiences coming out of it.
I'll say, if you're listening to this, if you're a classic Juggalo Judgment fan. You listen to every episode, you can't get enough of these two knuckleheads. And you're like, sure, Camp Xul was probably fun. I can't wait till these guys get to Bang Pa Boom or something. If you, and this is me speaking for myself and not anyone else on this podcast, if in, say, like the early 90s, like Nirvana and bands like that were popping and you were like, yeah, but they're not the Rolling Stones, you were a fucking idiot. And you are right now. So shut up and go listen to something that you maybe haven't heard before and let it be your new favorite thing, because it's just as deserving as anything ever has been.
I think that's one
Mic
of the
drop.
best. I think
Mic check, mic drop.
Mic
I think it's one of the best ways that we could possibly cap that off. So I just want to say, as one final note from me, like I said, I got incredibly emotional at the very end of this, but I know that like the course of the last 3 or 4 days has been nothing short of magic. I can honestly say that I am thrilled that I have met 3 of the people from the ICP with We Discord that I now have a very special bond with.
Yes.
The fact that we may not have ever met in person had it not been for this is just, it's magic. I definitely consider you all dear friends.
Yes.
I already did beforehand. Now it's just up another level. So I will definitely look forward to seeing you all again in the future. And Camp Xul, if you want to give it a shot, come to Camp Xul 3. Just fucking make shit happen, because holy shit.
You're missing out.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's about time that we dip out of here, because this has been over 2.5 hours. I didn't think it was going to be that long. I thought we were going to talk for maybe a little over a half hour.
Oh, no.
So, do you guys have anything that you would like to end on? Shut the fuck up. Do you have anything that you would like to leave on? Anything? And is there anything that you'd like to promote? Is there any? Where can people find you on social media?
Please don't.
I've got stuff, and you'll figure it out if you want to. I already said what I said.
You can follow super ultra famous Twisted History on Instagram.
You know where it is. Listen to new and up and coming acts, or jump in a fucking lake with bricks tied to your backpack.
Holy shit. Sleeping with the
You
fishes.
got real fucking dark right there. I like it.
I just mean, yeah, all the people we talked about really deserve some of your time, and do that. That's what I want to promote,
Absolutely.
not myself.
Keep an open mind. Don't stay in your little fucking box. And don't judge other people who are stepping out.
Right on. Right on. I think it's about time that we dip out. As always, thank you for listening to Juggalo Judgment and Mic Check. It's always really appreciated. Anytime I double check the numbers, and even if somebody listens to an episode once, it's seriously really cool. Thank you for listening to this entire episode. If you did, it's
the longest mic check ever, yeah?
No, the one with Jiggles is.
Right,
because it's like nearly 4 fucking hours long.
Yeah.
Nice job, Jiggles.
So sorry that you...
You guys didn't even have a thing to talk about.
Exactly, we just fucking went off for so long.
That's just called a phone call between friends. You force on an audience.
Fucking hell. So, I think with that said, there's really nothing else to bullshit about, and I'm gonna dip out of here. So, as always, stay safe, much love, peace out.